and like try and protect stuff. Forget it. They don't stand a chance with all the GPTs out there. If there's no shot, you can't keep up with them.
I still got Shutterfly. Shutterfly doesn't care about anything.
It's very true. I don't know how that is either. That's like shocking to me. That
I've got I'm sure a lot of one-of-a-kind things, but I've got a one-of-a-kind BioShock Infinite magnet that I had made by them, and they didn't even ask where the image came from, and I didn't tell them.
This is one of a kind.
It's funny because at Walmart, you'll remember.
I sure do.
At least they used to at Walmart care. Like if you went to go print out anything, they'd be like,
Or you made a copy of like a portrait.
Yeah. Do you have the rights to this? Do you have the license to this? Do you have the artist's permission for this? And I was like, gee, just I get it because people are going to try and turn around and sell it. But now with AI, forget it. It's over. It's literally over. There's no shot they could keep up with any of it. All right, let's do this. Shovel Fest. Oh, God damn it. Every time I forget to do the goddamn social media. You're laughing at that, Leon?
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. We'll be starting in 1 second, everybody.
Man. He's been infected by the T virus.
The clavicular virus, the C virus. You know who clavicular is, my brain?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just make
the C virus.
Okay, that's good. This is good. All right.
Leon,
let's go. 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 1022.
Wow.
The Iron Boulder Podcast. Mom Brain, please tell us about Iron Boulder.
Gladly. Iron Boulder. First name Iron, last name Boulder. It resembles a Pokemon described in a dubious magazine as a Terrakion. A turkey that had been modified by
Name a Pokemon that's often stuffed.
Described in a dubious magazine as a Terrakion that had been modified by an evil organization. They're 4 feet 11 inches tall, 358 pounds. The gender's unknown. The category paradox, of course. Abilities include Quark Drive, which boosts the Pokemon's most proficient stat on electric terrain, or if the Pokemon is holding booster energy. I already knew that because I play Pokopia. This is the end of the Pokemon section.
We were out and about the other day, and there was a whole selection of Pokemon toys, and I was pointing to them to have Mom Brain name them, and she was rattling them off. She knows them. She's in it.
P-Toys.
P-Toys, as the Uber fans call them, yourself and now Mom Brain. Dude, you've always been a Pokemon fan, a P fan, but now Mom Brain has joined your ranks. She's got a long way to go, but
P, and if you have a little more time, you can say P-Mon.
I like it.
P-Mon Toys? P-Mon Toys. Wow, Percy looking great as usual. Mom Brain is here. Mom Brain, how are you doing?
Oh, give me that Percy. I'm doing great, thanks.
You took a nice little nap.
I got up early to make it to the flea market.
The Mom Brain has been on her spring break week, and this is sadly the end of it today and tomorrow, but she's been living the dream. Her dream involves going outside and doing outside things and chopping down trees. Literally, cutting down trees, not chopping. Cutting down trees, literally.
Sawing.
I had a chainsaw out.
I know. You were cutting down branches off of that thing, and you're painting stuff and taking naps and playing Pokopia and going out shopping and going snacking. So much stuff. It's been a big week for you. You've really been spring breaking it up in the way you should. Deux is here. How are you doing?
Cuckoo.
Good to see you. Rudy Doody is dead, I guess. I was thinking again, we gotta stinkify Rudy Doody. We gotta do something to him. I just don't know what. We gotta spray him every week, or I don't know. Rudy Doody.
Kind of weird sex thing. There's a hole there where
Rudy Doody is perched up on a cell phone holder, and there's a hole by his genitals, and he's open for business. Let's say.
And there's a fidget toy coming phallically out of the area.
I didn't see that. Rudy Duty is for those who don't know or remember, the frog that used to live in a candle drawer and used to smell really, really, really great, but he's lost his stink because that was years ago, so we got to re-stinkify him. He is filling in for Nikki Hill today, sitting in his spot. Nikki Hill, we speak your name. Josh Grobot is here, my friend from college days. Josh, what's new? How you doing? How's life? How you living?
I'm the star of the show.
Always are, my friend. Star in my heart as well. Anything new? Anything to share? What have you been up to?
Is this thing on?
It's always for you. You got a direct line into the
Did
show.
you know you can play Tetris for free on Tetris.com? Hell yeah.
Back on the Tetris game. Josh, I got a puzzle game to talk to you about later. I'll save it for later.
I'm a cozy gamer.
Okay. Well, I guess it's...
I have a Balatro addiction.
Would you guys consider... Well, Balatro, then Josh, yes, that's why I'm going to tell you about this game later. Trust me, it's got a Balatro connection. Would you consider games like Scrabble cozy games? They're not, right?
I'd say it's a board game.
Yeah.
Or like
I mean, it is cozy,
but not how cozy games are described. Yeah. And of course, George is here. George, how are you doing, my friend?
But George, no.
Anything to share, George? Anything new? Anything exciting, or just
living it up in the spring lime?
We'll be living it up. It is spring lime is here. It's very true. We're finally getting to some weather that I mean, we're still fighting against, I would say, weather that is too cold, but we're inching towards oh my god. Wow. Listen to this. Today is 61, tomorrow 63, Monday 76, Tuesday 80, Wednesday 84, Thursday, Friday 85, Saturday 89. Did you 89?
Wow.
Holy crap. I think we've done it. We're finally through the worst of it.
Perhaps.
Listen, as long as it's above 65, I'm still cold, but I'm okay. So I just want to get away from this. Like, we've had a few days that were like 70 something and it's back down to like 43, 42.
I think we're good because I just put my rosemary and my lavender in pots outside, and I think when I looked at the weather, I think they're safe. So like I think we're gonna be. Was that picture?
What? Oh yeah, it's this thing. It just gives a random picture. Are you in a pool? That's a regular picture. That's not a dentist picture.
No,
that's just a regular living the dream picture. See? Yep. Wow. No dentist. Looking at pictures on my phone. Anyway, let me say hello to Discord. Hello, Drake and Roth and Red Souza. And I wish we had more Steel Diver. Armored Frog. What are we looking at here? 1 second. Hello, Ice Dilbert and Rotzel. Armored Frog says, I got to listen to Ed Harris speak today. And some other famous person, Reba. Wow, Reba McEntire and Ed Harris. What's going on here? What event brings these two together? I gotta know more. It's like an opposite hair symposium. And Reba McEntire. Hello. There's a Kalta. Amazing Leon in there. Kalta. Hello, Jay Hibiki. Or Hibiki. I believe it's Hibiki, but I could be wrong. And there was something else. Hello, Malik Halo, RLM. There's a Gecko Kitsune. There was something else I wanted to say in here. I saw something earlier. Ice Dilbert. Yes, this is a few days ago. Ice Dilbert brought up TR49 on the Switch, which I've heard is a phenomenal game. I haven't played it yet, but it's some sort of like code cracking game that's won a whole bunch of awards and all kinds of accolades, and now it's available on Switch. I want to look into that. I'm interested in this. But I have not played it yet. So, all right. What are we doing? What do I want to talk about before Patreon? So, we are 1 week removed from Ed was getting inducted into the 2026 Western Heritage Awards there. Oh, okay. So now I understand why Reba's there.
Western Grip Heritage Awards.
Reba gave him the Western Grip.
She's the best.
Hey, Blood Ocean. What we are 1 week removed from Fox McCloud's appearance in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and I've seen more Star Fox stuff in this past week than I think I've seen in my entire life. People are talking about it. So something came up on TikTok where it was just someone talking about Fox being in the movie, and then
something came up.
I got something else related to like the music of Star Fox, and it was somebody doing a cover of the Corneria theme, and I was like, let me just go back and listen to that soundtrack, because I really don't think that soundtrack. I honestly think that soundtrack is one of the best on the Super Nintendo, and it doesn't get enough credit. And I love its use of what's the big drum in an orchestra? Timpani?
Timpani, I believe.
It's got like a sound font of that, and it's got like orchestra stings and everything. It's just so that soundtrack is phenomenal, and it's got like listen, I'm not a military guy, but it's got like a military feel to it because of the missions you're on. It's just such a phenomenal soundtrack. So I was listening to it last night. You didn't hear me listening to it, did you? Because I was listening to it while I was on the couch, just like laying there, and I was like, "What are you looking at?" I was listening to it and like tearing up listening to it. And again, YouTube showing me the comments from random people that it just shows you, and everybody's like, the comments were all new, and the comments were like, you know why you're here. We know why we're here. And people are like, can't wait for this Star Fox movie. I was like, look at this. Like, all these people are talking about Star Fox. And so one of the comments was like, they finally did it. They made Star Fox popular. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening. But man, it was good. Blood Ocean says, do you think Fox McCloud introduces himself the exact same way every time? This asking Toad to not ask personal questions. I mean, if you've got an introduction and it's a really good one and you're only around new people, then yeah, reuse that bit because they don't know that you say this to everybody. So why not? It's like, there was some comedian. Oh, it's Brendan Lee Mulligan, the DM guy from Dimension, whatever. And it was like a video that I keep getting that I haven't watched, but it's recommended to me all the time. It's like Brendan Lee Mulligan doing the same bit 11 times. And it's like clips of him over the years doing the same bit. And, there's things like I've heard so many Reggie interviews where Reggie when he was part of Nintendo, would give the same like stock answer, and he would start the sentence the exact same way every time. And it's, you do things and sometimes you do them so many times you don't realize you fall into the same routine. And then somebody puts together a video and you're like, oh, I did say that exact same thing 12 times in a row without realizing it.
But also remember, that's their job. Like, Reggie's at work.
Yeah.
And I do the same thing.
But like with Brendan Lee Mulligan, I'm not going to say he's a comedian, but, he has comedic training and was in like Troops and stuff. But you may have certain bits that you really like, and you're like, I'll do this bit here at this random show at this podunk town where like 15 people are going to see it. And then you're like, I could do it here too. And then Brendan Lee Mulligan is pedantic on make some noise every time. There you go. See? So he does a whole bunch of stuff all over again. And people are chronicling it, even the Dropout YouTube channel. But yeah, I think a lot of times people do that and they don't realize how many times they go to how many times they repeat the same thing. Blood Ocean, that's a great example right there. The clip from Macamee that Paul Rudd would bring to Conan O'Brien every time, which was planned, but still, yes, he played that multiple times on Conan's show, which was one of my favorite bits. Tony said, hi, Tony. Tony says, I've been at my job for 10 years. I have no new jokes. Well, that's sad. I'm sorry to hear that. But hopefully you get some other joys out of your work.
Look how awesome that looks. I mean, I know it's silly, but like, it's funny that now it almost like has come back around to looking good because everything looks so fake these days with CGI and stuff. Not bad fake necessarily, but like, this is really a dummy being thrown off a cliff.
Dude's talking about one of the clips from Macamee where the kid in a wheelchair goes flying off a cliff. We're watching it in the Discord right now.
Great.
But
let's go back to dummies and throw them off buildings.
And Nikki Hill knows this, and I'm sure you might too, but I've said many times over the years, I greatly appreciate a dummy scene in a movie. I'm not looking for it to look real. I want it to be as stiff and stupid as possible. I'm not like my willing suspension of disbelief is totally there. I just love the way a dummy looks when they're being thrown around, because I don't look at it and I'm like, that looks fake. I look at it and I'm like, that looks so stupid that imagining it as a real person makes it even funnier to me. So it's just great.
Yeah.
I love it. It's one of my favorite things. A dummy scene in any like, you know, the what's the scanners where the guy's head blows up. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't look real at all, but it looks amazing and it's so funny. Mama Fratelli, not in the Goonies movie where her head gets smashed with the basketball. That's incredible. Doesn't look real at all, but it's very funny. But hey, Buck, good to see you. And it has been a while. We're happy you're here. Yeah, I'm blanking on like dummy
Where
scenes
were
in
we
movies
that
that
we
don't involve somebody's head getting exploded.
We
but-
walked past a lady and I was like, is that Mom Fratelli? Was it the Oddities Expo? I was like, oh, and it really did look like her.
Yes, at the Oddities Expo. And I'm sure that poor woman has heard that many, you know, bless her, God rest her soul, that lady, that actor, not classically pretty and had a very harsh look to her. And if you in real life were told, oh, you remind me of Ma Fratelli, it'd be like, well, I might as well just step into the grave now. That's not someone you want to be compared to visually speaking, but she
It's like today's Steve Buscemi or something.
You're right. You're right. She's still got plenty of acting gigs, so good for her. But yes, you would. If somebody told me that in real life, I that would stick with me for the rest of my life, and not in a good way. But Blood Ocean, that's great. We got what's his face from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd shaving a haircut, going nuts, man. For my money's worth, and that's not a lot of money, but I'd give it all towards Who Framed Roger Rabbit being one of the most technically impressive movies there is. Its combination of traditional hand-drawn stuff and live action, when we weren't doing, obviously computers were used in some bits in some ways, but not to the degree that they are now. But that, as far as that movie in general, I believe is fantastic. Like, it's a genuinely good, interesting, funny movie. And then beyond that, it's such an incredible technical achievement. It is mind-blowing to me.
You know, 30-something years later,
yes,
it holds up
100%.
No problem. I mean, Bob Hoskins does a lot of great work there because he's acting with nothing. Who knows what he's acting with? And then, so he's great. And you know, he wasn't on board. You know, he was probably like, what is this crap? I'll just do it because I'm great. And then, like, the guy who does like Roger Rabbit's voice is excellent. And then on top of all that, like all the things where they had to like paint out people that were moving the actual in-world things, and then they paint in, like, you know, the weasels or whoever else. Like, it's incredible stuff.
It really is. And I'm as I've said before, I don't care about special effects in movies. I don't care if they're good or bad. As long as the story's there, I'm fine. It doesn't take me out. I can ignore it. So I'm fine with CG or whatever. I also can really I appreciate that even when you have CG and it doesn't look right or looks bad, that there are like whole teams of artists in there doing that stuff. So I can appreciate it from that standpoint. And you know, when movies were using more practical effects more often, it's not like I looked at that stuff and I thought that was real looking, even though they were real physical objects, because, you know, things just didn't look real. Like, you knew what you were looking at wasn't real, but still I can appreciate that as well. And you have things like Project Hail Mary, where you have Rocky, that is a team of, I think, 12 puppeteers with a physical puppet. And Ryan Gosling has talked about how big of a difference it made to have something to play off of, even though it's just an inanimate object. You still got the guy doing the voice, and you have like, you're not watching a tennis ball move around. Like it's like when people, you might want to cover your ears for this. It's like when people are with.
Stop. No, I don't say it.
It's like, well, I'll let you guys fill in the blanks. It's like when people are with the Muppets, and you know where I'm going from there, but the Muppets are very real and 100%. Oh, speaking of that, when did Miss Piggy get here? She been here?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen her here.
So
she's hanging out.
My
behind
mom
me
is on the hunt
for those
this week for the
keychains.
Yeah, and
bag hangers.
And there's apparently stuffed animals too.
Brand new Muppet stuff is available right now.
It always tells me
in the Discord.
It always tells me that someone is a good person.
Hey, Tall Show.
When they
Thank you for committing to the bit, Tall Show.
When they interact with the Muppets, because some people you look at and you're like, oh my god, like they're starstruck because they're talking to the Muppets. Go ahead.
If I saw the Muppets in real life, I would be, as in like they were being puppeted, I would 100% be talking to the Muppet.
Yeah, you'd lose yourself. Yeah, you would
Without
immediately.
it, I wouldn't even think for a
I
second.
can't even begin to tell you, when I saw them in the museum, it was a person. It was a person.
It's just the puppet sitting there in the museum
in glass.
That would be weird to me. That
they're
like
posed,
to see them
though,
and they're not moving, and it's kind of like am I looking at their corpse, because they were so real to me.
Yeah. The way that they're posed,
it gives them a little animation, kind of almost.
But it really, like, I mean, again, I'm a very sensitive person, and I also really love the Muppets, but like the attachment that you have, it's strange. It is strange to see them quiet. Like it's almost it's almost like being in school when no one else is there. Like it's that feeling of like the light. It's still cool and great, but the feeling that you get is incredible. It really,
yeah.
I mean, I cried several times.
This is the perfect time to talk about this. I just showed this to Mom Brain. The Jim Henson Company announced that May 1st on PBS Kids, they're doing a new, it looks like it's just a one-off special, but it looks incredible.
It looks so good.
Ronald, a city-raised pig, and Roxy, a free-spirited hedgehog, sing the catchiest road trip song ever as they embark on an awe-inspiring adventure in the Jim Henson Company's upcoming special, Wow's About. Again, premiering May 1st on PBS Kids. It's like a very classic style Muppet. It's,
her little van, her camper, is so cute. Driving.
It's so
cute.
I can't explain. I'm gonna drop this in the Discord. I can't explain. So I didn't know they were working on this, and I just randomly got it on my TikTok, and I watched it because I love Muppets in general. But I was like, it brought tears to my eyes because I was like, this is such an art and such a craft. Just listen to like a little bit of this.
It's my first nature adventure. Oh, the air, the trees, the rocks. My backpack's overflowing.
It's got such heart and Jim Henson Company is amazing because after their decades and decades and decades of work, they still have people there that know how to make something Jim Henson style through and through. Like they get the magic, they get the puppetry, they get the music, they get like the way the puppets move, like all of it. Like somehow they have continued to foster a group of people there that like keep the spirit of Jim Henson alive, which is awesome. So I'm 100% going to watch that special. I'm very like excited for it. And that's coming from someone who hates the outdoors, but I'm going to watch this pig and this hedgehog go all around and sing about stuff. That's
Speaking
right.
Of puppets.
Hey, SD, good to see you.
I mean, Bagpuss. Have you ever seen Bagpuss? It's one of Mrs. B's favorites.
I've heard of Bagpuss, but I don't think I've seen it.
Cute.
And SD, you're right. The Star Fox Muppets. I mean, if I could own one piece of Nintendo history, that's what it would be. I want that Fox McCloud one so bad.
Have you ever seen the Clangers?
So bad. I don't think I've seen them. Just the font on that is so British. It hurts. So yeah, long story short, go watch Muppets. We support Muppets in this household. Let's go to Patreon. Mom Brain, did you know that you can join the GoNintendo Patreon
for $1?
For $1. What did I talk about this week? Let me tell you. Oh, getting a text here. Watching people play puzzle games, because as I've talked about, I played Ooh, and I loved Ooh, and I showed it to my mom because I knew she would be into it, and she started playing it and really enjoyed it, and she would get to certain puzzles and blow through them where I had trouble, and she would get to other puzzles where she'd approach it in a way and get stuck, and I'm like, "Oh, I don't understand why she's thinking like this." And then I saw my sister play it because I knew she would like it. And there were things where my sister reacted the way I did, or she reacted the way my mom did, or she reacted in a way that I haven't seen. And I just wrote about loving seeing how people play through puzzle games after you've already completed a puzzle game because you know the answers and you know what you did. But seeing where people get hung up or where people breeze through or how people solve puzzles is just endlessly fascinating to me. I really, really love that because with a lot of puzzle games, there may not be more than one solution, but there's more than one way to get to the solution. And it's interesting for me to see like what makes things click for people and what they experiment with to get to an answer. So I just loved watching that. And have always loved watching that. And I've had a lot of that in my family because my mom, my sister, and I all played games and we played puzzle games. So it's just been a while since I've had that experience. And we hung out for, the holidays, and we hung out because it was my dad's birthday. So we've been around each other more than usual, got to play some puzzle games, and I've been watching it. And I was like, man, I really like this and I really miss this. What's up?
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit Frog Legs Gallery wrapped canvas by that's pretty great. You're gonna have to put this up in the Discord so people can see what you're talking about. So I wrote about that. I also now this is when I'm gonna talk to you. Let me try this again. Discord, you can give me answers as well, but Mom Brain and Do, if you have anything that comes to mind, please tell me. I wrote about little parts of games that feel really, really good, where it like scratches an itch. And no matter how many times you hear it, see it, do it, it always feels good. And my examples were collecting the studs in Lego games, the little and that feels so satisfying. I also said collecting star bits in Mario Galaxy, wiggling around the Wiimote and just gathering them and hearing them fly into the Wiimote was so satisfying. Mm-hmm. And I wrote completely different, but scratched the same itch. Resident Evil, as I've talked about before, where you pop a zombie in the head and it explodes. That's a really good one. Or where you stomp their heads and it explodes. It's just so satisfying. It feels amazing. So I was asking people I was talking about that on Discord and seeing what people said. And now I'm asking you guys anything that comes to mind in particular, a little piece of a game where every time it happens, you're like, oh yeah, that little whatever it is.
When you're cooking in Pokopia, it's the sound and the vibration in the controllers. Excellent.
HD Rumble too. I have not cooked in Pokopia, so I don't know, but you are the Pokopia expert, so I take your word for it. Do anything on your end?
I like in Ghost of Tsushima when you swipe up on the gamepad in the middle of the PlayStation controller, the wind in the game blows in the direction to where your mission is, and I that never got old. I used to do that all the time, and it was just I think the mechanic is great. I think it's just cool to have a button where it's like, oh, the wind is telling me where to go. I think that's great, but the fact that you lightly did your thumb on the gamepad, which you barely ever used. Yes. And it was just like, wow, this is great.
Yeah, more games should use this or do little touches with it. Yeah, that kind of stuff is really cool.
Because that thing is sensitive. It's actually pretty cool, but like nobody really utilizes it.
I always think that kind of stuff on Sony systems is silly. I applaud them for putting it on there, but I'm like, people that are making the vast majority of companies that are making games for Sony platforms aren't going to dig into those kind of control things, really. Like they're just not going to do it because they know the audience there isn't really going to make use of it. But it is cool to see when some developers do. Calta says the sound of spinning bells in Animal Crossing. Yes, that is a very satisfying sound and experience. I agree. Because I'm finally, after a long time, logged in on or on Patreon on my phone. Finally. I can read you what some other people said very quickly. SD Sick Hero brought up the feeling of the bow and arrow in Wii Sports Resort, which is so right. Such a good example of pulling back that bow and firing the arrow and seeing it. Oh man, that was really satisfying. Especially when you would pull back and you'd hear like the tension in the rope, but like the little ticking. Oh, great example. Great example. let's see. Mario, old Benny Wan says Mario Party when you flick the Joy-Con to hit the dice block. Yep, very satisfying. Mark Lulu said putting all the Pikmin back in their onions. Yes, that's a really good one. At the end of the day, when you go back to the onions and you put them in, and it's like, and they all, yes, oh, so good. Humafart had a great one. The headshot ping sound. Yes, and one of our friends, hey RLM, good to see you. And myself were just talking about that in Fortnite. The sound that you get from a headshot in Fortnite, where it's just there, it's a little more metallic sounding when you specifically hit someone in the head, and it's so satisfying to hear that noise. So I agree with that too.
There's something satisfying about in Mario 2 picking the turnips or whatever. Yeah.
Whoop. Yes. As who?
I was always Peach.
Takes a long time. She's got those
Yeah.
sweat marks coming out.
She floated, and that I needed that for because I have bad hand-eye coordination.
Roth says the jingle that plays when grabbing gold Skulltulas in Ocarina. People bring up that one all the time as something that they found really satisfying. So I get you on that one. Radical Defect says the piece of power sword slash in Link's Awakening when the enemy flies clear across the screen. Yep, very satisfying. I know exactly what you're talking about. And RLM, just in honor of George, says nap time, more like lime time. So not nap lime, but lime time.
No.
There's I don't know if this works. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is the same kind of thing, but the noise that the small fry makes in Wind Waker when you ask him to reveal a piece of the map, he like swims up to you and he goes, ah.
I don't remember the noise.
I don't know.
It sounds like it fits exactly.
I don't know if that counts as something, but like there's just something. I loved mapping it out, so maybe it was just part of that. But like the sound that he made every time he'd swim over to you and he'd come out of the water and he'd like say a little thing. But I mean, you could say every one of those little efforts that in those Zelda games, especially Wind Waker, were pretty.
A good one probably for you, because I agree, and I know you mentioned it, like the collection of the little bits in, Mini Shoot Adventures.
Oh, it was
very satisfying.
Yeah.
Seeing them fly up into the corner and a little noise. That game's got great sound design in general, but that noise in particular is very satisfying. So I wrote about that. I also wrote about, are you aware of Half Man, the upcoming show Half Man on HBO?
No.
Is written by...
Is it Half Man or Half Man?
Is it Best Buy or Best Buy?
Well, are you half a man or are you a man who's about halves, like Batman?
Is it 2 words?
Yes, it's 2 words.
Oh, so half man, half something else.
I don't know. I haven't watched the show. What do you mean? No, it's not a superhero called Half Man. Although now I want to see that.
That is totally something a math teacher has made up somewhere, and the kids are like, half man,
bring out Half Man.
Yeah.
Half Man, written by and starring Richard Gadd. You know who Richard Gadd is, right?
Sounds familiar.
He's the Baby Reindeer Man.
Okay, yeah.
The guy who stars in that and wrote that.
Right.
It's his new show coming out on HBO later this month. I want to say the 20-something. I don't know. I've known about it for a while. Very great gift, Blood Ocean. I wanted to see it, but I didn't really know anything about it. Finally, they put out like a real deal trailer. It looks fantastic. It looks very different from Baby Reindeer, but it looks like it will also explore some very heady topics and serious stuff. But I just wrote about that because I've been very eager to see more about the show. And now that the trailer's out, I'm day one going to watch it. So you'll have to check out the trailer. I'm sure, you really liked Baby Reindeer. So
yeah,
I'm sure this will be up your alley, at least as far as giving a try. This month has a few shows coming out that are very intriguing to me. I'd love to tell you the names, but I can't. There's the show coming out on Apple TV Plus at the end of the month. It's like
Full Man.
It's got a bit of comedy to it.
Whole Man,
but it's also. It's about like a weird town where weird stuff's going on, and it's got some kind of Twin Peaks influence, but it's also a little bit funny too. It's not overly funny, but there's definitely a comedic element to it, and it looks very intriguing to me. There's other shows too, but this month in particular, there's some stuff coming out. The Spider Noir show comes out this month. Like,
Oh wow.
there's stuff coming out this month that looks very intriguing. There's something I just told you about. It's got come on, I just sent you the video. I was like, here's something you would like. The guy
David
from Schitt's Creek.
Levy, not David.
Yeah, Levy.
Oh yeah,
Dan Levy.
I saw a commercial
looks
for
good.
that.
I saw reviews were very good, and it was like, if you like Schitt's Creek, obviously he's involved,
Did you
and
watch
he
Schitt's
he
Creek,
made
dude?
it.
I never did.
So yeah, there's a whole bunch of shows, but that's another story. Moving on, I also wrote about motion sickness in games. Do you get motion sick in games? How bad is it? What kind of games make you motion sick, and what do you do about it? Because we have a friend, Music Man, we speak your name, and he gets motion sick when playing first-person shooters, but not all of them. And if he plays handheld, it can usually alleviate some of the issues, if not all the issues. And just diving into what causes the issues and what kinds of games. And I think more research needs to be done with it. And if there are ways that we can make it better or give people options that could potentially make them less sick or not sick at all. And it was a very eye-opening experience for me, because the comments were a lot of people talking about experiencing motion sickness in games to some degree. But the thing that was really surprising to me was the variety of games that people felt queasy while playing. There was like a whole bunch that I didn't expect, and it was really an interesting conversation. I'm going to skim through some of them very quickly. Obviously, the discussion of VR came up, so we don't need to talk about that. Everybody, VR is one that people look at and are like, yes, that would make me sick. Like Calta calls it, says Skyrim VR 100% can't play for more than 15 minutes at a time. Josh over on Patreon's, not Josh Grobot, Josh Mayfield over on Patreon said Katamari Damacy is one that made him sick. And I said, doesn't make me sick, but I could see that making someone sick. Just the way
I'm the star of the show.
the camera moves when you're swinging the Katamari around. So I can understand that.
So good. So good.
That was, I think, 100% perfect. Someone said, J-Trix said they played Grand Theft Auto 4 once and it made them sick, but specifically falling off of a tall building. And I was like, I don't get motion sick, but I do get that feeling in my stomach. And it still happens to me to this day. It needs to be a game where I'm up really high on something. It needs to be a very precarious thing. And I need this sense of scale to be really good. So like Tears of the Kingdom, I think, has really good sense of scale. So there were certain points when you're up in the sky walking on like a very tiny ledge. And I'm like, like I get that feeling in my stomach. Yeah. But sometimes it doesn't happen because the sense of scale doesn't.
Have you ever been motion sick?
I'm going to say no.
Have you, do?
No, I mean, well, when I've drank too much and like gotten the spins, and I would imagine it's probably similar to that,
because I get violently motion sick and also have been violently drunk and gotten the spins, and it is very similar.
The spins, that's the Radiohead song, right?
Baby's got the spins.
I actually just texted Lisa because I was listening to Radiohead while I was doing yard work, and Anyone Can Play Guitar came on. And when Tom York sings I Want to Be Jim Morrison, the way his voice growls is the sexiest thing you'll ever hear in your life. But Tom York is in no way, shape, or form sexy to look at.
To each their own.
And it reminded me of being in the car with Lisa smoking clove cigarettes,
I'm sure
listening to that song.
I'm sure there's people who find Golem sexy, and Tom's got at least some of that too.
Well, anyway.
Let's say conventionally attractiveness is low for Gollum and for Tom York.
Yes.
I mean, like sexy.
Well,
like there's attractive in there.
But motion sickness.
So there's no betrayal.
Back on track here.
There's no betrayal
from Tom York making you sick by looking at him to motion sickness in games.
I mean, that's a little hot.
Mom brain,
There's
focus.
no betrayal like motion sickness. Like your body betrays you so deeply. And I get it on a swing. Like if I'm at work, like there's a couple of times I've modeled for kids how to like pump your legs on a swing, and I gotta stop because it makes me sick. Sometimes watching things that are like wavy make me sick.
Do you get seasick?
I get very seasick. When I'm driving, you know, when you get the flashy sun, like as you're driving, it like flashes. That
Yeah.
makes me motion sick.
Oh man, this is rough.
She's pretty bad with it, yeah.
That
But I'm
sucks.
learning on TikTok, so who knows, that there's actually like a vision disorder that might be the underlying reason why like
Colossus.
I'm sensitive to those things. It's like the way that your both of your eyes work together isn't quite right.
It's like a gecko.
Interesting.
So I
Eyes
want
go in
to
a different direction.
I want to look into that because it goes along with like I have bad depth perception and I have bad hand-eye coordination.
Very bad.
But
Maybe it's something to do with that. That would make sense, kind of, in
Yeah,
a way, like because
it's-
it's all connected in your brain with your eyes and with what
IMAX, I can't go to movies at the IMAX theater because it makes me sick. Like, and it's terrible. If I take something, I'm usually okay.
Car
But like,
headlights make you sick. Driving certain ways makes you sick. Things on TV make you sick.
Every time I try to get close to you, you say you're
That's the
sick.
big one. That's the big one.
that's not true. So
John-
be grateful that you don't get motion sick.
Yeah, my goodness.
Let me go through here. Double D brought up Mario Galaxy, which my sister couldn't play Mario Galaxy because it made her sick. So that one I can understand because you're flipping upside down and all that stuff. I get that.
What percentage of the population?
Mark Thulu just talked about can't do anything in a car. Makes them
Yeah.
motion sick. They can't look at their phone. They can't read. They can't play a handheld. They get too motion sick.
I'm never a passenger princess. I'm always the driver. Has anybody tried the motion sick setting on their phone?
Not really.
Well, I know. Yeah, that's true. Because I've seen that on one of the newest Apple
The
iPhone
dots
updates.
on the screen thing.
Yeah, and I don't
didn't
know what.
about that.
Somebody said, not somebody. White Lens said Sonic 06 made them sick. It made me sick too, but in a different way. Totodile says they've only experienced it once, and it was Red Steel 2, and they have no idea why. It's like that's really interesting. That one game, one time made you motion sick, and
That is interesting.
Red Steel is first person, and I remember there's things where you're like skitching behind, like you're being pulled on something. I don't remember what it is, and I was like, I wonder if that was it. But just so interesting that one game in one instance made someone sick. Yes,
According to Wikipedia, roughly 1/3 of people are
Oh.
highly susceptible to motion sickness, and most of the rest get motion sick under extreme conditions. Around 80% of the general population is susceptible to cases of medium to high motion sickness. Like I've barfed. Like, it's
I
not-
have
Oof.
Yeah.
Rick Fillet said Virtual Boy, which makes sense, obviously. And they also got motion sick when playing Doom 64 when they re-released it. I have not gotten motion sick, but I only had one. I had one moment in VR where I, in real life, turned my head to the left, but I turned my in-game camera to the right, and it threw me for a loop. It didn't make me sick, but I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
But I only needed I took like 5 seconds to close my eyes and open them, and I was fine. But just that feeling of turning my real life head left and my vision in the game going right, I was like, what's
Hey.
happening? It just, because that's not something you would ever experience in real life. So yeah, lots of people get motion sick, and I'm very sorry to hear that. But hang in there.
I wonder if they, in the original Sonic the Hedgehog, if the special levels made anyone sick because
I'm
the
sure.
background was doing crazy stuff. and
Psychedelic
it's-
hummingbird backgrounds with rotating colors and then a
Right.
rotating screen on top of that. That has to make
I
somebody
mean,
sick.
somebody probably had a seizure.
Without it. Yeah, right. Tony says my friend really likes the motion sickness fix on her phone. She uses it on the subway and she no longer gets headaches on the train. There you go. So it works. Good for them. These are two things that I wanted. All right, I'll just go in order. Deux,
That's me.
did you see the new game announced by Sunset Visitor, the 1000 times resist people?
Oh, did I ever?
Nah.
I'm gonna let you answer
Oh, so
for
you-
me. No, I don't know.
So you didn't. So the triple I initiative, I think it was a showcase. Hello, William. Good to see you. I'll read your sentence in a second. There was another showcase this week, and it was 45 minutes long, and I really like it because they do. I feel like they respect people's time. And ahead of the presentation, they're like 45 minutes. No presenters. We just go, but
This
it's
is all
nicely
Sunset
paced.
Visitor.
No,
or
no,
this-
no, no, no. Hold on one second. I'm taking a drink.
Take that drink.
It's just a group that does every company does their own presentation of video games, and this is another one. It's III, and they gather developers who are working on games and they showcase their games, but it's like very nicely paced. It's got a very soothing presentation. You don't have anybody where it's like, here's the trail like Sony does. Sony's like, now watch 15 minutes of whatever. And then they're like, also, here's so and so talking about the game. And I want to hear developers talk about games, but I don't want to watch them play 15 minutes of a game and then they give you like a BS presentation where it's like, we really tried to capture the rawness of the desert when we made blah blah blah. And it's like, okay, like it's fine. Put this in its own video. I don't need this presentation to be 2 hours long because we got to watch this other guy use buzzwords about this game. But this presentation is just they advertise it by saying 45 minutes, no presenters. We just get to the games. So
Not even
Sunset-
Al Pacino coming out.
not one single time, not in a game, not presenting anything.
Sunset Visitor. Don't play a whole hell of a lot of video games.
But Sunset Visitor had said they've been teasing the last few weeks that they were going to have something for this presentation, but they weren't saying if it was going to be a new game or something related to 1,000 Times Resist, whatever. The presentation opened with their brand new game, which is called Prove You're Human. They haven't announced any other platforms besides PC right now. I can tell you I've had conversations with them because I was like, listen, if you're going to put this out on a Nintendo system, I will do anything I possibly can to get that announcement. And I can't say anything after that. And that's not me teasing anything. I'm just telling you, I can't tell you anything, but I planted the seeds. So, but it's called Prove You're Human. You know what?
This is a tentative title.
No, that is the official title. Come on. Tell me you don't like that title
I'm
better
ju-
than 1,000
I
Times
didn't
Resist.
say anything. I was just curious because it doesn't sound like the title of a game, but it is, and I'm glad it is. And they make great games.
Yes, this is their second game. And they also, after the presentation, III had a separate presentation where they were like, now we're going to go into deep dives on certain games and you'll get to learn more if you want to. Here you go. Prove You're Human. An AI dares to dream she is human. You've been hired to put her in place. So you are playing the role of a real human who is trying to tell an AI that thinks it's human that it is not actually human. And in the process of it, through the trailer, it looks like both of you, AI person and human person, lose yourselves a bit. So no release date yet, but we have a trailer. It looks Prove You're Human.
Looks unsettling and fantastic.
Prove You're Human splits the main character in two, and you drew the short straw. You're the digital copy of a person who is paid to test a corporate product, but the product is convinced it's as human as you are, maybe even more. And it looks, I mean, come on. It doesn't matter what they do. I'm going to be there day one, but it looks fantastic. It looks to explore some of the same ideas that's in 1,000 Times Resist, but it explores new ideas as well. The captcha mechanic that we've all done on various websites where it's click, a whole bunch of squares and it's like click the ones with a bicycle in it. That is a gameplay mechanic that you as a real person in the game do. And you have like a square finger mechanic where you're like, you open up a screen basically and it makes a captcha of something. And it's like, click on the tree, click on the person. So that's part of the gameplay.
I'm not the only one who gets nervous with those, right? Like you're like,
I think everybody is nervous about those to some degree.
Oh, this includes like a little bit of maybe the motorcycle. I'm not sure. I once at work was in the middle of like 25 things and
hey, here.
Realized that I had been doing a series of those Prove You're Human things
and failing.
There were like 7 of them in a row and I passed them. And like, I guess it was like a known issue that like sometimes you get stuck in a loop. And so I was like, all of a sudden I was like, wait, I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm going to stop.
You're not proving
You
correct.
start to question your own
I did.
sanity.
Prove You're Human also uses live action footage. So it's got FMV stuff, which I'm always a fan of, but I think that's such a cool thing to introduce into a game about trying to convince an AI that it's not human while also maintaining your own sanity, knowing you are human, and then introducing full motion video showcasing a real human in it. So I love that idea. I watched obviously the 10-minute behind the scenes thing afterwards because I'm a huge fan of their work, and you get to see how the music's made and some of the dialogue that they're working with, and they confirmed that some of the voice actors from 1000 Times Resist are in this new game, but they're not going to say who because they don't want to spoil things. So it looks amazing. I couldn't be more excited about it. At the top of my list of games that I want to play, just again, only thing we know is Steam, and only thing we know is that it exists. We don't have any tentative release date yet, so I don't know how long we're going to be waiting for this game, but I'm just happy to know. I mean, based on what was shown in the trailer and the behind the scenes thing, it's not like, how many times do we see trailers for games where it's like, here's a trailer, but the game doesn't actually exist, and this is just a CG trailer. Like, this was very much a game that exists, that they are like playtesting portions of and writing things. So it exists. I'm gonna guess it's not gonna be this year, which makes me sad. But Prove You're Human. Go check it out. And it got lots of coverage online, which made me very happy. They said as of yesterday, I think it was, maybe they had 40,000 wish lists on Steam already. So that's great. They're off to a really great start. Wish list, for those who don't know, means people who check a game on the Steam shop and are like, I want to keep track of this and I plan on picking this up at some point. So that's fantastic. So Prove You're Human. Check out the trailer. It looks phenomenal. Very excited for that. And the last thing I talked about.
Could you hand me that blue rag, that blue cloth?
Sure can.
Please? Thanks.
I wash myself with a rag on a stick. The last thing I talked about, which I haven't read your comments yet, is friend slop. Are you guys familiar with the term friend slop?
No.
Not together.
So friend slop is a genre of games, and I hate that is the name of the genre because it started off being a negative thing, but some developers that make quote unquote friend slop games are leaning into the name because it helps identify the genre of their game and people who like those kind of games. So games like Peak or Among Us or Content Warning, those are friend slop games.
So just a multiplayer game. Okay,
like
got it.
games that I would say traditionally indie games that are made to be played co-op with your friends usually.
Split Fiction, No Way Out.
Yeah, I would count that as friend slop. Yeah. The only pushback I would give on that is maybe because it's only 2-player, it's not enough cooperative to be friend slop, but I would argue it is friend slop.
Friend slop.
Yeah,
only one friend.
Yeah. So, but the term friend slop obviously has a negative connotation because there were people who saw games like Peak, for example. And Peak was never meant to be a game as a service where it's like 3 years down the road, it's still getting new content. It's meant to be a traditional game, whereas it comes out, it has all the content it's meant to have, and the developers will do patches to fix things. And any content that comes out after that is just a bonus. And Peak ended up being so popular that the developers were like, okay, we'll do a little extra bonus content. And again, it's just bonus because they weren't intending to do that. But Peak was so huge that they ended up doing more for it just as a thanks to the team. But friend slop became a term for people who are annoyed with games like Peak because they're like, the game comes out and then they don't put any more content in it and they just abandon it. And it's like, no, it's a traditional game. Like a game comes out and it's done, and not every game gets DLC or content for years to come. It's just like we put out the game and it's done, and anything that may come to it afterwards is a bonus. Like not every game has to be a forever game. So that these angry people came up with the term friend slop because you play it with friends, but it's slop because the developers just don't care about it, and it's garbage, and it's just meant for wooing in friends, and they abandon it. And it makes me so mad because that genre of game doesn't have a descriptor, really. Like so many games have genres. Like we know Metroidvania and RPG and first-person shooter and platformer and narrative adventure. Like walking simulator isn't negative per se, but it's not the best. Like, it kind of annoys me because I feel like there's a little bit like, I feel it's kind of a slight against those games. It's like you don't do anything. It's a walking simulator. Whereas like narrative adventure, I prefer more. But
Yeah.
Friend Slop is very clearly like was embraced and made by people who are annoyed with that genre of game. But we
Just
don't
the
have
na-
anything
just
else to
the
call
word
it.
slop is not.
Yes.
It's not a positive word. It'd be
Exactly.
calling like the action adventure genre like, oh, action crap or something, and it's like the same. It's like
Exactly.
the same thing, and it's kind of like
Exactly.
So is it like a gamer bro kind of like?
It was 100% originated by and embraced by people who were mad about this type of game. So the problem is it's become
Imagine having a hobby that you love and getting shovelly about
welcome to every hobby that has very dedicated fans, because that's the way it goes.
So you know what I on TikTok
Not every, most.
there's I get TikToks every once in a while that there's like a couple that they're both gamers.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but nothing that makes sense. But the way you said that right now just reminded me of the John
Fratelli,
the John Dacre
First United
lady.
Methodist Church.
Yeah, and you're gonna play a Mora too. Okay, just the way you like put the words together. But anyway, go ahead.
So
Hi,
they're
Darmani.
they're young-ish, younger than us. And they're both gamers, and they have like their gaming computers set up like next to each other, and it's very like a really nice setup. And but it's such a like you can see them both playing like different games, but some of the games they play are the same, and it's just like such a nice way to like normalize like it's okay for people to play the games that they want to play, for that to be something that like you and your partner do together, a hobby that you support each other in. Like I mean, I'm not surprised, but it's still like so annoying to be. I mean, every hobby I think has its elitists
Yes,
and
they
like
do.
whatever, but like there's nothing more like my mother is like a incredibly talented knitter. She does like spinning and weaving and knitting and
Knitsy.
sewing. And her local knitting shop is the loveliest place ever. And it's in Florida. But everybody there is so welcoming, and they're so like, it doesn't matter if you're like accomplished or not. Like there's stuff set up on big looms, and people are like, do you want to try it? Go ahead, give it a whirl. Let me like, it's such a wonderful place to be, even if that's not your like, you could know nothing about knitting. They have snacks, they have like, they're just there to share the joy of
it's
their
the
hobby.
difference between like
being there in real life
versus the internet.
Yeah.
too.
And
Yeah.
look at like anything that has a popular or that has a considerable fan base, like Star Wars or Marvel or certain video games, Call of Duty or whatever. When you go into those conversations online, they are largely negative about how this is the worst and this is bad and this is broken and it sucks and it used to be better. But when you go to like a real life thing, it's different because the people are making the effort to go there because they actively enjoy those things. And it's not about thinking everything is great and everything's wonderful and I love all of it, because there are plenty of those people who have opinions about those things, but their overall opinion is I enjoy this and I get fun from it.
Or there's a nuance in the conversation about it. Whereas you'll go on TikTok and it'll be like, rate the Resident Evil games. And then the first comment will be like, Resident Evil's trash. And it's like, okay, well, that doesn't help anybody. It's okay that you don't like it, but like, you're just coming out like, just say, okay, this is maybe bullet points as to why they're not for you. But moreover, why are you even wasting your time with a comment like that?
People love that negativity.
Just move along.
It makes them feel so good.
But yeah, like if you were in the room with me, you'd be like, Resident Evil's trash. It's like, okay, well, what don't you like about it? And then maybe we'll talk about it. And then maybe we find out that you don't think it's trash. Or maybe you're just
horrible way to share an opinion first off. But let's actually get to how you formulated that opinion. Maybe we could have an actual conversation about this. Yeah, rather than just trash. And then, they get their 10,000 likes and move on to the next thing. They get their validation. Blood Ocean says, everything is cool when you're part of a team. That's right. Mom Brain will attest to when we go to like stores that sell anime merch or figurines, like, and I'm there surrounded by other people. I love being in that environment because it's other people who are excited about what I'm excited about, and they're there because they're having fun and they're having a good time. Like
we had
we
a
were
really nice opportunity just the other day when we were at the surprise store with the mom.
Oh, yes. We were at a store that sold a whole bunch of Asian
It
stuff. But
sold a lot of things.
sold. And it had a whole aisle of figurines as well, like a really, really long aisle of figurines. So I was in heaven and I'm looking through them, and there was a mom there, and I'm geeking out, but I'm keeping to myself. Like, I'm obviously very interested in what I'm looking at, but I'm not like, like making noises or anything, but I'm interested. And the mom looked over at me and she was like, what did she say? She was like,
Are you here shopping for yourself?
yes. And I was like, yes, I am.
Look at me.
And she said, I was wondering if you, and before she even said anything else, I said, I would like nothing more. And she was like, she's like, are these figurines articulated? Do they move? And I was like, no, they're just
Are
static.
these figurines trash?
These are slop. These are figurine slop. She's like asking that, and I said, no, these are just static figures. And she's like, because my son, he's really into this stuff. And Mom Brain was like, well, over here are action figures that can move. And she was like, oh, he has all those already. And she was like, what was it, his birthday or something? She's like, he's 13 and he really likes this stuff. And she's like, he thinks I'm the least cool person in the world. And I'm thinking if I get one of these, and I was like, I said to her, if my mom for my 13th birthday was getting me an anime figurine, I would think she is the coolest mom in the world. I was like, this is amazing. What I didn't say, she didn't know what to get. And she was looking at Naruto stuff. And what I didn't say to her was like, her heart was so in the right place, which is wonderful. But it's very hard to go into a store and be like, I don't know anything about this. Let me pick a figurine for them. And she's just picking on base, I guess, what she
Like
thinks is
if
cool
she doesn't
looking.
even have like a show that he likes or something.
I
then-
guess she knew Naruto. I guess she knew that because she was specifically looking at those, but she didn't know anything about the characters at all. So I'm like, that's really tough because she's going to be like, I put so much time into this and I really put a lot of thought into it. Here's this figurine. And the kid could be like, oh, I hate this character. Maybe the kid wouldn't say that. It'd be like, thanks, Mom, I love it. But to
even
himself,
if you
he'd be
have
like,
the right
I hate
character,
this character.
like it's a very personal
Yes.
choice to say, like, because there's 25, Freerins, and it's like, well, which one do you like
All of them.
best?
Because, when we were there, I was looking at figurines for characters that I liked, and I'm like, but I don't like that they have this thing, or I don't like that they're with this thing.
It's almost impossible to find for
So,
somebody.
It's very difficult, but it was a very, very nice thing to see. So, yes, just being in that environment
But a
is awesome.
13-year-old kid is whereas you or I as adults would just appreciate the gesture.
Yeah.
I could see a 13-year-old kid being like, Mom, it's not even the right. Like,
I'm sure that happens, but I'm sure there's kids out there who aren't like that.
Yes.
But, whatever. I hope it goes well for her. I wanted to follow up, but I never will because I'll never see it again. Darmani says, is Metroidvania better? It's better in the sense that it doesn't have any negative connotation to it. Maybe you would read Metroidvania and you don't like Metroid, or you don't like Castlevania, so then that would be negative for you. But you don't read Metroidvania and it has any negative connotation inherently to the term. Now, Metroidvania is bad in the sense that, if somebody's like, you could look at role-playing game and at least those are words that make sense to you. And maybe you could surmise what it means. But if you don't know anything about games and you're trying to figure out what games are for you and you see Metroidvania, you're like, well, I don't know what this means at all still. Like, this doesn't mean anything to me because you have to somebody needs to explain the genre for you before you get to what Metroidvania means. But like, narrative adventure, you hear that and you could get at least some idea of what that might mean. Or, it's hit and miss. Like, platformer is a little tough for people who don't know, I guess, but you could very easily say like a Mario game. And most people would understand that. But first person shooter, at least pieces of that make sense. But yeah, friend slop just has a negative connotation to it. So I wrote about that.
Plus, like, people will get upset that it's like, oh, it's a friend slop game and they stopped updating it. Why, like they just forgot about it. They dropped it like a bad habit or whatever. And then they're the same people maybe that are like, oh, Fortnite, why can't Fortnite be the way it used to be?
Yeah.
Like, and it's just like, well, we're never going to be happy either way.
That's what it is. And people never stop to look at like why they're complaining. or think about it at all. They just want to complain, because you're right. They'll have a complaint here and then a complete opposite complaint here. And you're like, you don't see the dissonance between these two? Like, when you don't stop and think about, like, what are you really mad about here? Or are you just mad about everything? So,
Or about nothing, and you just like to
are you
complain.
mad that you're not happy like you used to be 10 years ago when you were a kid, and now you are somewhat of a grown up and you don't like having to work, or you don't like that you have bills to pay, or you don't like the relationship you're in, or you don't have a relationship, or like all this other stuff. And again, this is not me saying you can't be critical of the things that you enjoy. I love that part of it, but it's, as Blood Ocean said in the Discord, constructive criticism. It's where it's at. And it comes from a place of overall enjoying something, because things you like can do things you disagree with or not like. You don't have to like all of it just because something you like overall is putting out new content. And I can understand the feeling of it hurts, like, whatever, a new game in a franchise comes out and it doesn't click for you, and you're like, oh man, I've loved this franchise for 30 years, and now one comes out and I don't like it, and you see it getting bad reviews, and it stings a little bit. I understand that, but you can be constructively critical about it and come to a better understanding of everything overall. So nuance is what the internet lacks. And
as a younger man, I feel like I was more like that, where I would just be like, oh, what I like is great, and what I don't like or don't know about is crap. Now I never went on any comments board and like said that kind of stuff, but I'm sure I felt, this feeling similar to that. But now, like you said, as I'm older, I can look at that stuff in a way more nuanced way, and analyze things a little bit better. And if I don't like something for whatever reason, it doesn't mean that it's crap necessarily. It just means that it's not for me. And that's like a more mature way now of dealing with it. It's a lot easier now. But I think when you're younger, you got that kind of invincible feeling where you're like, everything I'm doing is great and right, and I'm the best and the
boy,
coolest.
I am so lucky that everything I've come across is the right thing and the correct thing. But like you said, that's exactly right. You were younger then, and then you got older and wiser, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's a natural progression of growing up. The problem is a lot of people never do that and never get anywhere near that. They just go the opposite direction. They regress in a lot of ways, and it's very embarrassing and sad. But and the internet just amplifies all that kind of stuff, because that's what gets the clicks. So it is what it is. But that's what I wrote about on Patreon this week. Mom Brain, come on, we got to get to the news. It's news time. Finally. Monolith Soft did a 3-part series on their website where they interviewed some of their developers about working on the Legend of Zelda titles. They've been working on Zelda games for quite some time, but they get more and more involved. And it seems like they were quite deeply involved with the creation of Tears of the Kingdom. They were working with Nintendo hand in hand. Well, they're, second party, but they were working on that game pretty much, it seems like, from the very or near the very beginning. They were there like when things were just starting to get off the ground. So that's really cool to see. And their developers gave some insight on what it was like working on a Zelda game so deeply. So all kinds of interesting insight, which you should check out. Again, 3 parts. We summarized all 3 parts, but I'm going to give you the one snippet that was the most juicy, because Monolith Soft also shared a message about the future of Zelda, because obviously they will be involved.
Delicious.
They said, quote, moving forward as a member of the team creating the world of The Legend of Zelda with Nintendo, we, Monolith Soft, will continue to develop games that pursue even more new surprises and emotions, which, yes, I would argue are part of the core of what makes Zelda Zelda. New surprises and emotions. I would say the Zelda games add more nuance to the emotional side of things as it goes on. I personally believe Tears of the Kingdom to be the most emotionally evocative Zelda game that there is. Where there was some of that to Breath of the Wild, but Tears of the Kingdom, I really felt that. And then new surprises, of course, that's a huge part of the mechanics of all Zelda games have new mechanics, but the way that we've seen Zelda in recent years really open up its new mechanics and explore them is really interesting. And that's not just Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. That's Echoes of Wisdom as well. Like the way it married some of the ideas from Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild to explore a more traditional Zelda in a completely new way was very interesting because it opened up puzzles in a way that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom did, but now in a more regimented 2D perspective. And I felt that led to a very unique experience. So I'm eager to see where Monolith Soft goes with Nintendo for the future of Zelda. We will no doubt see a new mainline Zelda during the Switch 2 era, and that's very exciting. And the rumors of Ocarina of Time getting remade, if that is true, Monolith Soft will no doubt be involved with that, and I'm sure there will be new wrinkles in there as well. So we'll see. We'll see where things go. I have never, ever worried about the future of Zelda. I have no reason to. If anything, I've only become more excited and optimistic about each new installment. So that's where I'm at right now. We'll see what happens. And I have full confidence that the franchise is in very good hands. It's always been in very good hands. And that's even when Nintendo was working with Capcom on portable installments. So I feel we're in the new era of Zelda now. It's more popular than it's ever been. So
do you is there an other M of the Zelda series for you?
No, I would argue people would. The most divisive is Majora's Mask, so I would argue if there is one, it would be that one.
Yeah,
but no, I don't think anybody looks at that as a bad game. They look at that as like a challenging game or a game with mechanics that they find off-putting. But I don't think people would be like, "That's a bad Zelda." That'd be like, "That's a Zelda that didn't click for me," or "That's personally a Zelda I don't like." But I'm sure there's people out there who'll be like, "That Zelda's trash" because it's the internet. But other than that, I know Skyward Sword sticks in a lot of people's craws because of the controls. And I know there's people who just don't like motion controls flat out, so I understand that. But Skyward Sword is one of my favorite Zeldas because of the controls. So if I had to guess, it'd be those two.
You're a real Groosehead, though.
I am a Groosehead. That's what we call ourselves. Give me Groosehead till I'm Groosehead. Majora's Mask and Skyward Sword. I would argue those are the two that people would point to as the I don't want to say ugly ducklings, but well, come on, what's a term? There's a term for this. The ones set out from the group, but they're not ugly.
Outliers?
The redheaded stepchildren.
I don't think
Whatever. Those
But
are the two
yeah,
I think people
you
would point to.
You said it. It's more of a divisive thing of what your
Hey, Laxter.
preference is, not like a review,
Yeah.
like reviewing the game itself, and it's kind of like universally not that great of a game.
Laxter says Triforce Heroes. I could see people putting that one out there because it is multiplayer focused Legend of Zelda, and I'm sure that rubs people the wrong way. And if you play that single player, you control all of the links together. So I'm sure that isn't everybody's cup of tea. So yeah, maybe that one. Entropy says they are so making the Ocarina of Time remake. Well, again, if that exists, yes, Monolith Soft will in some form or fashion be a part of it without a doubt, because that's just their history of what goes on. So I agree with that. Yes, they will be involved if it is happening. Triforce Slop. There you go, Ron. So we got it. That's fantastic. More Triforce Slop from Nintendo.
See, now that I wouldn't mind. Give me more of that. I'll take as much.
You know, to be fair, there's not enough there's not a lot of Triforce in Zelda games. People may talk about it, but as far as like getting it and holding it and doing things with it, it may pop up in cutscenes and stuff, but like going and getting pieces of the Triforce, it's been a while since we've done that kind of stuff. So give me more Triforce Slop. Moving on. This is a very interesting story.
Give me Triforce Slop till I pop.
And as you two know, as both of you are huge Pokemon fans.
P-Mon, please.
P-Mon fans. There's some controversy surrounding a Pokemon Go tournament that just happened.
Yeah, I heard.
Like a main one.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon Go Championships Orlando 2026 just took place.
Pokemon Go to the polls.
And that's the moment she lost right there. Firestar 73 was the winner of the Orlando 2026 Championships until they had their win revoked for unsportsmanlike behavior.
Oh, no.
Now, Mom Brain, I'll show it to you because you're here. You'll have to go look at the story. We have a clip of the person who had their win stripped. Sure. I will put it in the Discord. Here we go. This is the clip. You can watch it along if you'd like. You don't need to hear any audio. The person on the right is the winner. This is the moment that they. This is the moment that got their win revoked. It's the person on the right of your
Wait,
screen.
just that?
Here we go. Mom Brain hasn't watched it yet. You're watching this person. This is their win.
He just got up and celebrated. That's it, right?
We're just I want Mom Brain to see the whole thing. They shake the opponent's hand. That's it. There you go.
Now
He
the sound.
celebrated.
It has nothing to do with sound. You're okay
So
on
he
sound.
celebrated quiet. I mean, it didn't look like he said anything.
Yes.
He didn't make an inappropriate gesture of any. I mean, shaking your fists up in the air in victory didn't look to me like it was aggressive or.
So if Pokemon Company, we know he's had the win stripped because of unsportsmanlike behavior, but they haven't officially said what led them to that decision. The discussion online seems to think that if anything, it is the moment when he gets up and he throws his headphones because they see that as maybe being too aggressive. There's the headphone throw. He does throw them towards the screen, whatever. I don't think that should
That was
have
like
your win
relief
stripped.
And like, yeah.
But I do know that Pokemon Company takes that stuff extremely seriously. They don't want anybody to be upset. They don't want any of that unsportsmanlike conduct. And I agree that in other esports, it is a big problem and it's a huge turnoff for me. In this scene,
It was all self-contained.
in this
It
scene,
wasn't towards anybody. It wasn't.
I would say, just as the viewer, I did not see anything that personally offended me.
Yeah, you should be allowed to celebrate your victory.
And I would say I'm very
Yeah.
sensitive to that stuff.
Yeah.
But the headphone throw, if that's where the issue was, I would say Pokemon Company went too far. That's
Yeah.
my personal opinion. And Pokemon Company obviously saw something here that they didn't like and stripped the win. I would say maybe Pokemon Company, in my opinion, if they didn't like this, should have given him a warning and
Yeah.
done
Yeah.
something, but not strip his win for that. That's very disappointing. So people
you can
have been-
even see in the body language that it
Yeah.
wasn't meant to be
Yes.
anything.
It's
He's, like,
I think it was a moment of
relieved and
lost yourself
excited.
in excitement. And also
Yeah.
he goes over and shakes the other person's
Yeah.
hand.
And how are you supposed to react when you win?
Well,
like-
there's again, we don't know, but Pokemon Company, it seems like, is saying don't throw your headphones. I could get the throw your headphones is a little bit disrespectful.
But we don't see. I would love to see what that where they land. And
It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's the act of taking them off and throwing them.
I mean, I would call it like a toss.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not saying I agree with Pokemon
Yeah.
Company here. I'm just saying everything I see, I'm fine with.
Is it
and
a
I don't.
cultural
I don't think.
thing? Like, is there like
No.
a?
Well, if anything, Pokemon Company is going to be very, very, very strict on these rules. They
Yeah.
just want you can get up and celebrate or hooray or whatever and shake your opponent's hand. I really don't think that's the problem. I think it's the throwing of the headphones. But again, I believe they went too far. It's not something I would do if I won. I wouldn't throw my headphones because I personally would feel it would be disrespectful. But I don't think they should have had their win stripped.
I don't think I would have. I wouldn't even think about that. Like I wouldn't
Yeah.
even be. I wouldn't. I'd just be excited and like doing whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't even think about that.
And it doesn't, it's not like he has the energy of like the boom headshot guy. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like if it was something like that, where you can clearly tell that there's something a little more aggressive about that
Yeah.
victory, and he's just, in my opinion, he's just evolving into a champion.
Oh! Bum, bum, bam, bum, bum, bam, bum, bum, bam, bum, bum, bam. Yeah, so I don't know that Pokemon Company will say what led them to this decision. And lots of people online are saying he should not have had the win stripped and are trying to push Pokemon Company to put out a statement or reverse the decision. I don't think that's going to happen. But very hotly debated topic, and I disagree with the ruling. I will say that.
Something for the Pokemon people out there. I know the answer to this, but I want to know if anyone else does. Can a Pokemon devolve? Can you do so poorly with an evolved Pokemon that it goes back, it reverts back
I
to
don't believe it can.
I know it can't, no. But
you can, as you know, decide not to let your Pokemon evolve. You can keep them at their
You
evolutionary
could.
stage that you like. So if you don't like the way Raichu looks, you could keep your Pikachu as a Pikachu. So there's that. But I don't think you can devolve a
I
Pokemon.
know.
But you know the answer. So
I know.
Golf Dude has the most upvoted comment. And they say this. Remember the whole nonsense where a judge made an 8-year-old kid get disqualified because he didn't like his, quote, nervous laugh, end quote, on what gender are you question? Yet the Pokemon Company took the judge's side using the same BS rule output. Judges need oversight. One single judge should not be allowed to call a disqualification on a player without an exact, legit explanation and oversight from multiple judges. They should be required to show how it was disqualification worthy to begin with, using prior examples with a full written explanation and not a, quote, because I said so with a vague rule explanation, end quote. If anything, I do agree with that. It needs to, we need to be more specific here so people know what to avoid, and don't have this situation happen. I agree. We need more clearly defined rules, and we need more judge oversight. It shouldn't be one be all end all, and that's the end of it. So I agree. More clear rules and more oversight for the judges as well. So who knows if anything will change? Probably not, but made what should have been a great moment for that person a very sad moment, and then turned the focus of the tournament away from the battles themselves to the Pokemon Company doing what they did and how it shouldn't be like that. So
You
There you
know,
go.
I've always said it. I mean, you look far and wide, you won't find a bigger Pokemon fan, but
I've tried.
the fan base, they're very violent. We're very violent. We get up in arms. We're obsessed with monsters and trying to harness them. So
Including the monster within yourself.
exactly. And you know, the only time you're worth anything is if you evolve, if you change your body to become something different. That's the only time you have worth. So
Like Clavicular. Looks maxing. He's evolving as a
Yeah.
human, as a male, as a peak alpha male.
So I just want to warn anybody out there who's thinking of getting into this Pokemon genre. It ain't for the weak.
I mean, look, I sent you guys, as in friends, that video a few weeks ago of the fight that took place at the Pokemon trading card game vending machine, where people started literally fist fighting and strangling each other. Over
That's
that.
scary, isn't it?
It's very scary.
Because they're gonna have to have like a security guard with each machine moving forward.
I've seen the recent trend. I saw it recently. I don't know if it's a recent trend, but I've been seeing it a lot lately, where people are putting their own handmade out of order signs on those vending machines in order to stop people from using them so that they can go and get the cards, which is just mean. That's so mean.
Ugh.
I will also say it's smart, but I would never do it. But it's a smart move. I get
Yeah,
it.
hate
It's a smart move for a horrible person to make. I can
Right.
recognize that. That's pretty smart, but I also hate it, and I would never do it. But I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, these Pokemon collectors need to stop for a second and think like, hey, I shouldn't do this no matter what. But also, like,
Yeah.
there's like little kids who want Pokemon
Well,
cards.
yeah, like that was like I saw a TikTok just this week actually of some guy in some supermarket or something, and someone's filming him, and he's just opening every packet and
Yeah.
looking for what he wants, and the guy filming him's like, "Hey man, like you can't be doing that or whatever," and the guy was like, "I don't care," like the guy, and he
Yeah.
was like, he wasn't some kid, you know, he was like a 40-year-old man, and he was just opening them up, and the guy was like, "You can't do it," and he was like, "Make me," you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do about it? And like, it
Yeah.
was like, wow. The balls to just
Yeah.
open up a card and look for what you want, but to also be like so nonchalant, like what are you gonna do about
Yeah.
it? I deserve to open
Yeah.
up all these cards and like I
Without
don't even
wading
get it.
into the state of the world and politics, that is very indicative of where a lot of people are right now. It's literally like I literally do not care. Like I care about what I want, and that's it. And seeing people do that with Pokemon cards, it's crazy. It's crazy behavior, because then when somebody comes back at you and they're like, "What are you going to do about it?" It's like, "Oh my God, you're that bad of a person. Like, you're shell shocked? You don't know." It's like, I don't want to get in a physical fight over this, and you are clearly mental.
If you're unable to feel shame for what you're doing in when you're being called out on it in this
Yeah.
moment, and like you already know it's wrong, but like, all right, now you're kind of like being filmed. It's
Yes.
anyone in the world can see this now moving forward once
Okay.
this gets posted, and like they're just to a point where it's like I don't care anymore. You know, like
Yeah.
like even back 20 years ago when it was like, oh, it's PC, like when wokeness was called PC. I feel like people tried to be PC, like
Yeah.
now it's like now
Yeah.
it's like screw being woke.
PC is still around, but it's personally correct instead of politically correct.
Yeah.
Culta says, now RMC, you say you wouldn't do this, but if there was a Micro Magic Fry vending machine, I gotta be like the LA Beast and hunt down a Micro Magic unopened box from decades ago, and that man never dies when he eats
When
stuff. I'm
we
sure
were
I
at
could eat that.
H Mart the other day, there was a girl who was buying Pokemon cards, right? And she was being
What?
she was buying Pokemon cards, and like the person we were with was gonna buy.
Oh, yes. The employee, I feel, was mean off the bat, maybe standoffish, but the person that was buying them was very mean. Like, just the things they were coming back at with the employee saying, like, well, what do you mean you can't do that? Well, I don't want that. Then give me this. Or they were like, what if I give you these two things? Will you give me this? And it's like, what do you're just giving somebody money to buy something. This isn't like, this store isn't tailored to exactly. It was a regular store. It's not like a trading outpost or something. They were trying to do all that. My cousin was in line for so long while this one person was in front of them that she gave up, and she was like, forget it. I'm just not going to get what I want because this is uncomfortable and taking way too long. It was very.
This isn't
very
some
rough.
Moroccan flea market.
Exactly.
You're exactly right. Moving on. We don't need to do that. We got some new NES Nintendo Classics releases. Now, if you are a Switch Online member, you can jump into the NES collection on Nintendo Classics and play PAC-MAN, Mendel Palace, and the Tower of Druaga.
Howie Mendel Palace?
I wish. Mendel Palace, as you know, is the first game that came from Game Freak, the developer that became famous for making Pokemon games. This was their first game, so you can go play that right now. There's your Switch Online additional games.
It's a pretty wild cover for the game.
Joe Shabadoo says these sure are 3 games released for the Famicom. Fun fact: Mendel Palace is the debut game from Game Freak and is known as Quinty in Japan. I didn't know that. End of the fun facts section. Thank you for that fun fact. I appreciate it. I'll skip that. Rhythm Heaven Groove got a release date. And it bums me out and also makes me happy. The bums me out part, I know the game will sell decently here and in Europe, but it's not going to be a major seller by any means. It has been 10 years since we've gotten a brand new mainline installment in the series. I'm very happy we are getting one. But over in Japan, they are eating it up over there. The announcement tweet of this release date got hundreds of thousands of likes and millions of views in less than 24 hours. So they're hyped for it, which shows why the game over in Japan is a full-priced game, but here in the States it is a $40 game. But the release date is July 2nd, 2026. Could not be more excited. Rhythm Heaven is one of my favorite franchises in the world. Rhythm Heaven Fever on the Wii is one of my favorite games ever. I literally cry. I know I cry at everything, but I cry from playing some of those games because they marry music and rhythm with the gameplay and what you're doing. It's just such a beautiful idea to me that I love so much, and it stirs something inside me. I don't know what it is that it stirs, but I just love it. So, I'm sad that it's July. I want it now. But what are we in? April, May, June, July? It's not that far off. So it is what it is. But Tomodachi Life fans, you get your game first because that makes sense. It sells way more. So I'm also a Tomodachi Life fan, and I will be playing that. But something about those two games, I just look at them in a similar fashion. They don't have similar gameplay at all, but they're both not niche. They're like quirky, unique games, but
quirky purple.
Very excited. July 2nd, 2026. Get your pre-orders in now. This is a Switch game, but obviously you can play it on the Switch too if you'd like. Time your button presses to the beat across a splashy collection of games that will challenge your rhythm. Chop flying veggies, bounce fruit off your biceps, flap along with birds in flight, and more, all to the beat of the bop. And feast your ears on catchy original music while you focus, including tracks by renowned Japanese musician Sunku, which is the person who's involved with all the Rhythm Heaven games. So if a Rhythm Heaven game comes out that doesn't involve music by them, it would be shocking because this is their franchise. It could happen at some point, but it ain't happening yet. So a Rhythm Heaven game without their music, in my opinion, just wouldn't be the same. Not saying it couldn't be good, but it wouldn't be the same. So I'm very happy to see that they're involved in this game as it should be. Human Fart says, I'm so bad at Rhythm Heaven.
Human Fart says,
I want to play it, but I suck. I would imagine if you don't have rhythm, then Rhythm Heaven will be very hard to play. And Human Fart, I'm sorry if you're listening because this will make you feel bad. I love playing Rhythm Heaven with my eyes closed because you just hear the. It's all. It's not based on. If you're looking at the game to get your visual, if you're looking at the game to get your cues on when to hit the buttons, then you don't have any rhythm. And I'm not saying that to be negative. I mean that literally. You don't have any rhythm. If you're needing the visual cues to play the game, then that means you're having a trouble with the rhythm. You should be able to play the game with your eyes closed by learning the musical cues. That's how the game works. It's just the visuals are the added bonus and they make it that much more fun. You know, I love Rhythm Heaven because of the music, but the extra special something is the cat and the dog and the airplanes playing badminton, and my favorite, the pro wrestler. Rubba Dubba Dub, is that true? Watching him at the press conference makes it that much better. And the one where you're hitting the golf balls and they land on the whale, the visuals are a huge part of the game, and I love them. But once I am comfortable enough with the games, I like to play them with my eyes closed or my back turned to the screen. I loved playing the goddamn Monkey Watch game in Rhythm Heaven Fever, where you
Game and Watch.
Where the you're looking at a big watch face and the monkeys go around, and depending on what they say, you know how many times they hit the button. Oh, I love that one. Love it so much.
what was the game you were playing on your phone this week with the tone?
Oh, yes. Yes. I texted it to my sister so I can go to our text thread
T-thread
and tell you. I'm doing vamping because I don't remember the name. I sent it to the Discord, our group chat, a few days ago, but literally nobody bit. And I was like, this is a music-related thing. Our friends will really like this. Nobody did a goddamn thing.
Hey, you said it was for the music friends, so I don't consider myself part of that.
Honestly, I sent it to you, and I was like, I don't know if Dude would be into this, but yes, it was more.
But I'll make sure to exclude him with the comment that I make, is what you were thinking, huh?
I just didn't get to saying that yet. I'm putting a link in the Discord, guys.
Groove is in the heart, RMC. Remember that. That's why.
Hey, Plant Rocker, I see you typing.
That's why you're able to play Rhythm Heaven with your eyes closed.
That's right. I do feel music in the heart. It's true. Sound memory game. How good is your ear? If you're just listening to the podcast, you can go to dialed.gg/sound, and it will play you 5 tones. It says most people think they have a good ear. Some people are wrong. We'll play 5 tones, then you'll recreate them from memory. I'm going to do it live, and I'm sure I'll screw up.
Do it live.
Oh, no. It's not working. The site has been getting hammered. Their site has been getting hammered with traffic lately. So if you're trying to get to it and it doesn't load, that could be why. Let's turn this off. Okay. So the game's going to make a sound, and I have to copy that sound. I'll lock it in there. So the frequency was 153.20, and I locked mine in, and it ended up being 151.17. So I was very close, 9.6 out of 10. So I'll do one more. I love this game.
It's kind of like the.
I'll say there, probably a little bit more. 9.6 again. I did 541 and it was 538. So go play the game. It's really fun. I really like this game a lot.
It reminds me of, I can't tell, I don't remember the exact game, but the Switch 2 museum game.
Yes, where you feel.
Oh, yes. You're right. You're exactly right. Yeah, that was really cool.
I don't even know the name of the actual game that the mini game's in, so I called it the Switch 2 Museum game. Welcome Tour.
Thank you. Switch to Welcome Tour, yes.
But there's like, that one mini game where you have to. What are you doing in that? You're like matching the frequency of
the vibrations on
vibration.
HD Rumble.
That was
too.
cool.
Yeah. So yes, that was very cool. And then there were multiple versions of it, like were added in different axes and stuff. I really like that. A lot of those games in that thing are very cool. Thanks. Very cool.
Thanks.
So go play that game.
Cool.
Rhythm Heaven coming out. There you go. All right. Umami. It's time. Mom Brain, if you could please. It's time for RMC's Umami releases of the week. And tell Daddy as well, because he's going to love these savory releases. What do we got this week? Let me tell you. Switch 2. Demon Castle Story, Switch 2 edition.
Just make a new Castlevania.
Also, Demon Castle. It's like a simulation game.
Okay.
Dosa Divas is available on the 14th. And Pokemon Champions, which is available now.
Yes.
Yes!
I thought there wasn't going to be a
No,
Pokemon game this week.
We got a Pokemon game this time. We got Pokemon Pokopia next month. I don't know off the top of my head, but there will probably be something. What about Switch? A Storied Life, Tabitha, Arcadia Fallen 2, Before I Go,
To the Bathroom.
Beyond Words, which I will be talking about later, Brave Rounds,
In the Bathroom.
Casual Sports Series, Racket Sports Bundle, Cat Doctor for Loyal Servants. That's the whole name. Also, Cats and Friends, Perfect Jump.
For Loyal Servants.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can only imagine.
Cleaning Up, Demon Castle Story, Dog Chaos.
I'm just thinking of In the Bathroom after each one, and they're all very
I'm
funny.
going to do that. This one won't work. PC 9801 version of Schwarzschild 2.
I had to drop a Schwarzschild off at the pool.
Oh, wow. Empire Hike. Fast food van simulator, depending on the van you go to. You would wind up in the bathroom. Football Cup 2026. Frog Gone It. Great name. Frog Gone It.
I love it.
From the Bunker. Gentle classical music course for grown-ups.
Nice.
Geo Brain Boost World Map Silhouette Quiz.
Ooh, that Dr. Kawashima.
There you go. Guts and Grunts. That's one for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Hoodbound. Inside the Back Rooms.
Inside the bathroom.
Killer Toys. Some toys in the bathroom. Legends Align. Land of Order. Mathify. National Adult General Knowledge Selection Test.
Nature's Calling.
Nature's Question is the next one. Ninjora Echoes. Pengilo. People of Note. That is the musical RPG. And by musical, I mean like, music, like a musical.
Music.
Perfect City. Pokemon Champions. Roll Mad. Samurai Abi. Science Literacy Check for Adults. Shikakyu. It's a puzzle game. Scout Fold Moonless Night. Knight. Solid Void. Topsy Turvy World. What am I supposed to say here? Splite or Sprite. It's SP, then in parentheses, L/R, close parentheses, ITE. Good luck with that one. Spot Challenge Volume 1. Sumo Rubble. Where did my music go? Thank you. Swoosh Cat. Tamashika. That looks really cool. It's like it reminds me of first-person game speed running. You just mentioned it last week. We both played it.
White.
Neon White, yes. Reminds me of Neon White in some ways. First-person game, but it's very psychedelic. Tears Revolude. The Confinement. My brain. The New Denpa Men. That's correct.
They come in waves.
That's right. They're back, baby.
Better.
Timo Bowl Beats.
Having a nosh.
TR49, which I said is that award-winning, very critically lauded game.
Can we pause for a moment?
I'm so close to being done with these.
Go ahead.
Tricky Monkey Zoo. Veins of Darkness Horror. Viking Farm. Which era is this? Japanese History Era Guest Quiz. And also, which era is this? World History Era Guest Quiz. Extreme Drift Racing Simulator. You'd be surprised. Everyday English vocabulary fill in the blank quiz. And then finally, Zumba, Treasures of Marble Island. Comment from Human Fart. They say, delicious. Now for some tasty little European treats. But first, Mom Brain.
I would just like to acknowledge here and now for the
Acknowledge
public
me.
out loud. Piper is not an overly affectionate cat, nor is she an overly social cat. And first of all, she really likes you.
Yes.
She's a weird way of showing it, but she really likes you.
Yay.
2, thanks
Debbie
for
J.
liking her, even though she sometimes can make herself unlikable if you're not.
I think you're really throwing her under the bus here.
I think she's I mean, I loved Comanche, but Comanche wasn't too friendly with people.
No.
So I find
Piper's-
Piper to be like a little bit friendlier.
Piper's way more friendly. Yeah, the fact that you're giving
she's
this to
aloof.
Piper.
Like she can be very aloof.
Nope,
Like-
I'm not going to say she's a cat. That's what most cats are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I've been really lucky in my life that the 3 cats that I've had have all been very friendly. They're not like the hider cats, and they jump in your lap
Kitty
and they.
was a hider. Kitty scared the bejesus out of you.
No. Was it? I don't think it was you, right? I thought it was JTS.
Yeah, I don't think it was me.
Was it?
Yeah.
He would sit on top. The cat I had growing up, he would sit on top of the toilet when the lid was down.
That wasn't me.
And somebody, it must have been JTS, like went to go use the bathroom, came out and was like, "Can somebody get the cat off of the toilet?" You know, like I could just see like the standoff of like Kitty being like, "Go ahead, try it." And like
Yeah.
Kitty was. You didn't know him when he was young. He was a lot more like Comanche when he was young.
That's why you like Comanche so much.
As he got older, he like mellowed out.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just nice that you like her because
Piper, you hear that? You're unlikable according to Mom Brain. So
Piper, sometimes
you are so weird. Piper is not anything at all that warrants this conversation. Like this is Comanche 100%. Piper's just a normal cat.
Yeah,
she would
she's
engage with people more.
Comanche?
Yeah, she'll like stare
You're
at you
insane.
from across the
This-
room when
these
you're
are-
like
These are rose-tinted glasses to the
Okay.
likes of which I've
yeah.
never
I
seen.
really don't remember getting a pet Comanche
No.
all that much ever. You
He
know,
always
whereas
swatted and swiped and attacked. Yeah,
whereas you
this
get
is
in
not-
like 2 pets and then Piper yells.
Piper's fine.
and once you get to know her like routine, you can be safe petting her for until, and then she'll let you know. She'll give you one of those meows, and then you just leave her alone.
She's a hoot and hollerer.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's
She's
the most talkative
definitely-
cat I've ever had, without
Yeah.
a doubt. Josh, my friend, could you introduce Nikki, who's not here, to really introduce to?
What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
All right, it's time for the European eShop releases for the week of April 9th, the year of our Lord 2026. This is Deux Michaels filling in for Nikki Hill. Nikki Hill, we speak your name. The next batch of weekly releases for the eShop is here.
I'm going.
That's why I'm reading this opening thing. Hopefully you come back. Sure it won't. There's a huge list of titles coming to both Switch and Switch 2. And without further ado, for Switch 2, we have Demon Castle Story, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, The New Denpa-Men, and People of Note. And now, for Switch, we have Anime School Love, Her Teacher's Secret Lesson. That sounds inappropriate. Yeah, interesting, huh? I'll have to give it a shot. Arcadia Fallen 2, Beyond Words, Brave Rounds, Cat and Friends Perfect Jump,
Nice.
Cat Up, Cat Doctor for loyal servants. Cat Down is not here. Chain Staff, Cozy Bay Hike, Demon Castle Story, Dog Chaos, the Egg Console PC 9801 game of Schwarzschild 2, which I like better than the original Schwarzschild, but I'm also a sequel fan. Eco and the Bewitched Lands, Farming Tri-Peak Solitaire, Fast Food Van Simulator, Fit and Fry Maison Place, Football Cup 2026, Frog on It, From the Bunker, Gentle Classic Music Course for Grown-Ups, Geo Brain Boost World Map Silhouette Quiz, Gothic Classic Corinus Saga, Hidden Around the World, Hoodbound, Hotel Renovator Simulator, Incantation, Killer Toys, Korean Drone Flying Tour Huijon Auditorium, Legends Aligned Land of Order, Lost Lands Stories about the Sorceress, the Prince, and the Minotaur, Maid Sama Cafe, Anime Boys Services in Cute Outfits.
I came back at the right time.
And now back to the games that are coming out. Mathify,
SD, that's enough. It was 48 seconds, and then I went to go get a drink.
Mighty Aphid 2,
That sounds nice.
National Adult General Knowledge Selection Test. Just sounds like a romp, doesn't it? Nightclub Manager Simulator, Not Human Nightmare, Perfect City, Pokemon Champions, Pulmo, Roll Mad, Science Literacy Check for Adults, Scorpion Champions Island Warfare, Shika Q, Sigma Star Saga DX, Scoutfold Moonless Night, Solid Void Topsy Turvy World, SPLR Ite, Spite LR. Something
I
like
love
that.
that. I don't know how to say that, but the way you did it is fantastic.
Yeah, what it's, I mean, it's
I know.
already hard enough getting eyes on your game with like every month with all these games, and then you're gonna name it something like
Nothing
that.
like getting word to spread on your game with a name that no one knows how to say.
Yeah, like look, if it's a name that you can pronounce and I just don't like it, that's one thing. But like if you have no idea how to say it,
yes, this is bad.
Spot Challenge Volume 1, Sumo Rumble, Swoosh Cat, Tears Revolude, Timo Ball Beats, TR49, Train Plus Mini 1, Tricky Monkey Zoo. Which era is this? Japanese History Era Guess Quiz. Which era is this? World History Era Guess Quiz. You'd be surprised. Everyday English Vocabulary Fill in the Blank Quiz. And last but not least, Zumba Treasures of Marble Island.
Is there a comment there, dude?
There is. Nightwind Zero says, Nicky Hill is my dad.
Congratulations, Nikki Hill. We speak your name.
Daddy Hill.
Daddy Hill. Thank you very much, Do. No Calta, no Cries of the week. That was all. I thought it was going to be a one-time thing, but I feel like I've been asked more about these Cries of the week more than any other thing I've done recently. So.
I just think it's interesting. I think it's interesting. I don't know. I like knowing how many times it happens and like judging it by the past week, because the first week was 8 and then the second week you didn't keep track, but you thought it would be less than 8.
Mm-hmm.
And then
all right, I'll do it again. This week I'll keep an eye out for my Cries.
I find it interesting, to be honest. I didn't want to share this, but the second, like leading up to the second week, I marked down all my Cries because I thought we were going to share them. And when I asked you about your Cries, you were like, "Oh, I'm not interested anymore." And I was like, "Yeah, me either. Screw that."
You guys are so evolved.
All right, so then all right.
And then one more Cry of the week was because we weren't going to talk about Cries of the week. So then I started crying.
I will also record my Cries for the week.
Okay, next week's episode, everyone will have their Cries of the week. Mom Brain will have 0.
Yep.
So, but I can tell you, last night I did cry, or it was today actually. Just listening to Star Fox music, and probably about a 5. I was like just laying on the couch, watching the comments come in on YouTube, listening to the music, and tears like just streaming down my face while I was listening on the couch. So it was a good one. So next week, I don't know if I'll have anything as good as that, but I will keep track. That Star Fox music, man, is so good. I was gonna play it now, but I'm not because I'll probably start crying. There we go. This is what I like to see in the Discord. Some great.
I mean, that's one of the best. Like, look at that. That's incredible.
So good, so good. It's
Isn't
the
that
scene from
so
what is that? The
good?
first Naked Gun.
Yeah, and just knowing too, like the logistics that probably went into that. They probably have like a spring built into
Yep.
the chair, and it's a whole thing. Like, it was probably incredible fun to do that.
SD put a GIF in the chat of Naked Gun from our dummy related conversation earlier of an amazing scene of a dummy from that. Man, it's so,
Yeah, no spoilers,
so
but
stupid.
it's
so
Nordberg going in a
Man.
wheelchair flying down the stairs at a ball game.
Oh,
It's
so good.
incredible.
So good. Never underestimate the humor potential of a dummy. All right.
And that actually looks pretty, like for a dummy, it looks pretty good. Like, you
Going
can
down the
tell,
stairs is great.
you can tell it's a dummy, obviously, but
Yeah, when it gets launched, it's so
God,
stupid.
it's good.
So stupid.
And you know, they look, they had to tie his arms down. They probably did like a bunch of takes, and the
Yeah.
arms looked too weird, so they like tied the arms.
Yeah, the
back.
legs are tied together. Like it's great. Everything about it is great.
Do you think that is part of the problem in the world?
Not enough dummies in movies.
No, not like one of the reasons I love being outside doing yard work is that it's like nonstop tinkering. It's like, try this, and if this works, do it.
What does this have to do with dummies?
Because you have to like make it what you need it to be, right? Like talking about like tie the arm down, do that. Like it's like, all right, now try this. Now try this. Now let's try
What?
this. And
I am
like,
so lost. What is this in relation to?
talking about making the dummy look good, saying
Yeah,
like,
like-
oh, we had to
like they might have done a take or two with the dummy's arms untied, and they were like, "Oh, that looks real dummy-like. Let's tie its arms back," or maybe like the first time it went down, it didn't get launched, and they were like, "We got to build a spring for the chair." Or
I
something,
mean, I get all that, but what is the point you're making?
my point is
You
we
said,
don't really
like,
do
why
that
is-
anymore because it's like, oh, computer.
We 100% still no, like that's why I really don't like this conversation, because sure, movies use a lot of CG nowadays, but movies are and TV shows have tons of practical stuff that is still to like the nth degree analyzed and reshot and all that stuff. We do this all the time. It's just not, it'll be like camera swinging this way, have this in the shot, don't have this in the shot, have these people talking in the background. It's just not as often probably launching dummies in scenes or anything. Yes, that's probably CG stuff, but these conversations still happen all the time. But I think we need more dummies in general. Like we should have actor dummies. Like we should just throw them into random scenes. So I have two actors talking to each other and it's shot reverse shot, but one of the reverse shots just throwing a dummy for some reason. That'd be great. What did I send you? Oh, I sent you that TikTok of that Mima loving her Bold and the Beautiful and reacting to it. So good, right?
So good. And even just like the decorations in the background. It's
Because
like
that show
Mima's
has
house.
used soap operas use dummies all the time. So, but anyway, dude, what have you been playing?
Uku. I played Animal Crossing Old Horizons. Spring is already over. All the spring blossoms are gone. Tonight is the fishing tourney at 6
You
p.m.
survived Zipper, I'm glad to see.
Yes, Bunny Day came and went. I kind of stayed away from Zipper. Kind of freaks me out a
He
little
freaks
bit.
everybody
It
out.
freaks
Yeah.
everybody out.
Okay, good.
SD, that is 100% correct.
So yeah, that was nothing really going on in Old Horizons at the moment.
Hey, Maddie Bits, good to see you.
We played some Fortnite. Fortnite's good.
Our streak's still going, baby. We're
We're
really
having
good.
We're having a good season when we get the team together. So, having a lot of fun playing it. And yeah, I had another one of those moments when it was just Brian and I a couple of nights ago. I had another one of those moments where I was just like, man, Fortnite is just so great. Like because I say this every time, but like I'm running around as an ice cream man with Scooby-Doo slippers, Yoda on his back, Mr. Poopy Butthole as
I'm sorry, who?
Mr. PB as my sidekick. And when I get into a van, it turns into the Scooby-Doo van, and like that's just my loadout. Like you can if there's something you like, holy crap, you can make it do its stupid dance. Like they have it's just incredible. And then on top of that, the game, like take the emotes out and take the characters out. The game is fun consistently, and just like the way the presentation of it is great, and the little, like, they don't really half-ass anything. They got little like jokes here and there that are great, and or like little sound effects or little Easter eggs, and then just the traversal alone. Like I would play a game that let me do almost any of those traversal things if they put it in the setting. Like remember when we first played Crackdown back in the day, and we couldn't stop playing it because it was just so addictive, and we were like, this is incredible. It has a feel like that, where it's just like, put me in a city with these gloves and with like the traversal options. And I mean, the Attack on Titan ODM gear, which isn't in the game anymore, but like they did that better than like an actual Attack on Titan game does.
The Spider-Man swinging mechanics were really good
was
too.
Great. And it's like, holy cow, like they don't half-ass anything.
Yeah.
And if you just put me in a sandbox with these items, I would play around. Yeah. So it's just a lot of fun. And then the fact that, like I said, I'm Lil Whip and going around drinking potions, and like Yoda's like, hey, it's like amazing. But,
I would say for the group, you have, well, at least tied for greatest contribution for our group of friends, because Yoda's laughs always make us laugh, because it seems they come up at the worst, best times, which makes everything that much better.
Yeah.
And then I was going to say the only other thing that rivals that is ending each game with Fireball now, because that's just the way it works. And it's the icing on the cake. It's just so much better. This is the first like emote we've had that is like our dependable 100% go-to at the end of a match. If we win, we are doing Fireball, and I just love it. Like now it's the first time we really have a routine where it's at the end, we win, we have to quickly find each other and get together and do Fireball.
That's actually the best part. Like the Fireball is the icing on the cake. If you can make it in time to do that, that's great. But it's almost like its own game when you win, to try to get to Brian to do the dance together.
Last night when you were at the top of the hill and I was right next to Brian, so we started right away, and you came sliding on your knees down.
Yeah, I used a Grandpa Gooner to get down there faster. But yeah,
you made it.
Yeah, it was
good stuff.
It's really a lot of fun, and you know, the fact that we play it with our friends makes it better. I mean, obviously the longevity of the game, I wouldn't be playing it alone, you know, but playing it all these years with friends, and it's really an excuse to get together. I mean, we talk about this every single week. Why am I even saying it? But it's an excuse to get together with friends, and it just helps that the game is great too. But moving on, I tried to play so the free game this month for PlayStation Network, or I guess the no additional charge game, was the Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered collection. And I am a big fan of which one?
Tomb Raider 2.
How did you know?
Really?
Yeah, back in the day, that was the Tomb Raider that I had. So, of course.
Is that amazing? Unbelievable.
It's amazing, isn't it?
What is it?
I don't know. And but yeah, so I was like, oh, it'd be fun. Let me try Tomb Raider 2 again. And I started playing it. And it looks good. It looks fine. They did a pretty decent job of updating the graphics. I think it looks really good. And there's a one button press, so you can go back to the old graphics without even going into the menu, which is a cool feature because you get to really like compare things. But I started playing it and I was like, oh my God,
controls?
I forgot about the tank controls.
They are tank controls to the extreme. Like Laura controls terribly.
And
like
you can't control
wide turns and like the jump up with their hands up.
If you want to move backwards, she does like a whole jump backwards, and like you can't control the camera, so you have to. And I mean, none of it's all so confusing. I literally spent a good maybe 15 minutes in the first cave trying to get on the first ledge, and I couldn't make the first jump. And I was like, I don't know if I can play this.
So I played the first one and I liked it, but I remember even during the first one playing, especially when like animals are running at you and Laura's got both guns out and you do like the backflip jump and the camera's like and flips off, and I'm like, what is this? This is terrible.
It's rough. It's kind of amazing that it was so popular looking back, because it's a difficult game to play. And like, as fun as I remember it being because like back then you just had to get used to it, you know, I just played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if you're gonna do a remaster of that, like I think they should remaster the control scheme a little bit to like make it a little bit more playable for today's audience. That would be my one thing that I would suggest. But yeah, like I don't know. It was I couldn't do it. I wanted to, but I really couldn't. I was having a lot of trouble. And it's one thing to play like an old Resident Evil game with the tank controls because you're not jumping around like on platforms and stuff.
Yeah. And plus in Resident Evil, you're in static environments too. Like you're in a scene and you can readjust and go. But there's not like shooting you got to be on top of. But yeah, other than that, you're walking around picking up puzzle pieces and exploring. You don't need to have it's Tomb Raider is largely a platformer. There's lots of jumping and crawling and shimmying and backflipping and dodging traps and fighting. Yeah, there's a lot. So
yeah, so
It's a lot.
It was a little too difficult for me to get into with my patience level as it is. But and then last but not least, of course, I said I wasn't gonna, but I went right back into the Long Dark and started up another Interloper game. And ladies and gentlemen, my previous record for Interloper was 38 days survived, 103 days in Interloper. I am very, very proud of it. I only died because I made a couple of stupid, cocky mistakes, which is usually how you die in the Long Dark if you get too cocky.
Cocky?
Don't get penisy. But yeah,
don't get too cocky.
Thank you.
But yeah, it was really rewarding. I felt really great. I made a stupid mistake and died after literally like 6 days of playing. Like since the last podcast, I played all week, and like I said, 103 days. I had everything going for me. I did a stupid thing, and was killed, and I was like, well, that's it. Never playing that again. And now I'm on day 8 of another playthrough. So I actually brought my Switch 2 over today to hopefully steal something from you.
What?
I thought we talked about last week. Kenna Bridge of Spirits?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If
that's cool. I should have texted you before I brought it over, actually. But I don't know. I thought the offer would still be open.
It is 100% open.
But we'll see, because there's something about the dang Long Dark that I just love, the scrounging, and like the beginning is the best when you've got nothing and you've got to like open everything and get like a freaking bag of chips or something, and you're like, this has got to last me till tomorrow. Like it's just so crazy.
And I mean this with nothing but love. You are the king of a game. If described on paper, would be your kryptonite, but you would love it in action, and vice versa. So, like, Pocopia, I was like, this is Deux all over it. And I cannot tell you how many people got in touch and were like, Deux's finally going to have. I was like, I know, right? And then you were like, no, not at all. And then this game, where if I wrote down, or like, whatever it is, Deliverance, Kingdom Come Deliverance, like, write that down on a piece of paper to be like, this is tailor-made for Deux to really not like this, but it's your bread and butter.
Yeah, I really got into them. It started with Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it started with watching like YouTube videos about it, and I started to get interested in it, because just jumping right into that game or into the Long Dark, there's a lot of systems and a lot of things you wouldn't know. And man, I don't know. I feel really, really confident with my Long Dark skills, and I'm really digging the game. I mean,
you gotta get in the Discord right now.
Such a great vibe for it. I'm going into the Discord right now.
It's all the way at the bottom.
Okay, all right. Holy cow! This is incredible. I still weren't. Oh man, that's awesome. That's right, baby. 103. I was kicking myself. It was so stupid. I didn't need to do what I did, and I did some stupid things and ended up getting killed. And then there's a cheap death option. So if you get killed, you can like come back, and you lose like a little bit of you lose some items and you start in a different part of the map, but you can get your stuff back if you find it. But I don't do that, because once you do that, then it stops counting like the I guess the achievements that you would get. Not that I care about the achievements, but there's just something there that it just doesn't feel right to keep it going. So yeah, I don't know. But anyways, really, really happy to have made it that far. It's on. Look, not everybody knows about this game, but on Interloper, 103 days is pretty good. So I want people to know that that's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, I
it's
mean, it's
pretty
been
good.
it's been recognized in the Discord, so
I love it. Well,
I love it.
thanks for listening, folks. And RMC, what have you been playing?
Thanks for asking. No Mario versus Donkey Kong for you this week?
Not this week.
No cookies for you?
No cookies for me. Yeah, I think Deux finally hit a challenge threshold that he's not willing to keep up with.
The Long Dark, 103 days, scrounging for bags of potato chips. Mario doing backflips. That I'm out. Can't handle it. I spent this week was really busy, so I didn't get to play nearly as much as I wanted. But 95% of the time I was playing something I can't talk to you about because I'm doing it for review and I'm under embargo. Let me go to my email and see when I can talk about this. Give me 1 second. I just want to make sure I'm not. I know I can't give the review yet. Let's see. Embargo details. Oh, Monday. Oh, no. Well, that's not happening. All right. Well, reviews are review embargoes Monday, so I can talk about it Monday. So I'm sorry, but that's where my focus has been because I want to. Well, I got to do a review. So that's where my time's going. I don't know what to tell you, but I'll have plenty to say on next week's podcast. And the only other thing I played was literally today because I've been meaning to play it, and I recommended it to family because it seemed like something they would want. And Deux, I got to recommend it to you, but I'm going to recommend it to you, and I'll just leave it at that. It is called something that I always forget. Beyond Words. It is made by two of the people who made GoldenEye and Time Splitters. They still make games, and they don't make games like those anymore, but they did a Bonsai Barber. You remember Bonsai Barber on the Wii? That was such a great game.
One.
They make fantastic games. They just don't make games like GoldenEye anymore. And if you get it before the 23rd, you can get 20% off. It is normally $15, so right now it's $12. Okay. Beyond Words. Are you a fan of Scrabble?
No.
Oh, at all.
I've got actually. I hate Scrabble. I don't mind watching the Scrabble like game show, but I hate. I've got a phobia of it. It's not phobia. Like there's like a bad memory of when I was younger playing Scrabble, so I don't like it.
What if it was Scrabble but by yourself? You're not against anybody. Just
okay.
Take Scrabble and mix it with something I know you're a fan of, Balatro.
Okay.
Exactly like Balatro.
Oh, that sounds like fun, actually.
I mean, like same kind of things. You know, the cards you buy in Balatro, and that's exactly how this works.
I can see that being fun.
But it's Scrabble basically.
Does it go beyond words though? Or?
Oh, it does. The name makes sense. So
I like it.
So it's not just a clever name.
There's a whole roadmap of stages, and each stage is like a different kind of board. So right at the beginning, you have 3 types of boards. One of them is like a very traditional Scrabble board. It's not the square, but it's like a rectangle. And then another one has a design basically like a tree. And but whatever, it's just tile spaces where you put words. And the tiles have values, and you make words. But it's exactly like Balatro in a sense where it's like you have to score 1,000 points, and you have 5 words to do it in.
Well, I don't love poker, and I love Balatro, so I feel like I could love this.
But this is, when you hit your goal, I can't stress enough. It plays exactly like Balatro. So after you lay down a word, you get your points, and then you go to the shop, and it's like this will make it so that these letters are worth triple, or this will make it so that each word with these vowels in it will give you a multiplier, or you'll get 0.05 multiplier each time this card's used. It's exactly like Balatro, except words. So I told my cousin, because she is a huge Balatro fan, and she also likes word games. And I was like, I think this is going to be right up your alley. She got it. And later that day, she was like, I really like this. I think I could really get into this. And then by the end of that day, she's like, I am full on addicted. When I'm at work, it's all I think about. And then the next day, she was like, I can't stop playing this game. It's unbelievable. I told my sister, she hasn't played it yet, but she's all in. I told all the people who I think would be into it
How's
because they
the
like
music?
word games. Well, let me tell you, the music is fantastic. It's wonderful. It's more than one song, so it's not Balatro style, but it is really great soundtrack, just like these guys always do with all their games. It's a soundtrack that's very evocative of like Zuma or Peggle or just those kind of puzzle games where it's like nice soothing soundtracks that kind of melt into the background, but they really fill the atmosphere well. It's got great sound effects for counting up your words and all that, which are really important. You know, the sound effects on Balatro are fantastic, very satisfying multiplier noises and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a chance to play it today before the podcast because I really wanted to give it a go because I'm like, I know I'm going to like this game. The people who made it are great. I like Scrabble. I like Balatro. I think there's more flexibility in a Scrabble-style Balatro game than a poker-style Balatro game. So I played and I did the tutorial and I tried out one map and I failed on that map. So I tried another map that was open and I ended up, you have to make it through 9 rounds in one map before you can unlock the next map. And I managed to do that on the first round. And I was like, well, this is something I could easily sink hours and hours into because it's just like Balatro.
Yeah.
It's that addictive. So cannot sing its praises enough. I believe on Steam it has a 4.9 out of 5. Like it's phenomenal. It is on everything under the sun, including Switch. So I'm playing it on the Switch too. Really, go look at the screenshots so you can get an idea for like what the boards look like. But basically, again, it's Scrabble, but there's little wrinkles in there for the way the boards are shaped and all that stuff. And oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. And again, it's the guys who make GoldenEye. They know how to make all kinds of games. Bonsai Barber, if you ever played it on WiiWare, was a fantastic game where you had to you had to give vegetables haircuts. And they had to fit in certain
right
shapes.
Way, yeah.
Oh, and it was so satisfying and so good. They make fantastic games. Really, $12, $15, it's a steal. But you can get it for 20% off until the 23rd. Please go get it. It is so good. If you play tons of Scrabble or you play tons of Words with Friends or you like any of those games, or you like Scrabble and you're okay with word games as long as you're not competing against other people, money very well spent. Go play it. It will become your new obsession, especially it's not on iOS or Android as far as I know. So Switch is the only platform where you can get it that is portable unless you're playing on a Steam Deck. So you'll be able to play this wherever you go. And it's going to suck up all sorts of free time because I guarantee you're going to play one round and be like, I could do better. Or you're going to unlock a new board and be like, I'll go. There's like a lot of boards. And you can take one direct path through all the boards, but I would imagine because the game is so addictive, you'll want to go in and clear out every single board, and there's a lot of them. Like it's going to take you a while to do. So
now, are there 2 versions? Is there a Switch and a Switch 2 version? Or
as far as I know, it's just a Switch version. Yeah, it's not because it's not pushing the Switch. Like it's not meant to be like a taxing game on any hardware. So there's nothing to get out of a Switch 2 version, but you'll be playing at a higher resolution. So there's that. Really, again, beyond words, go check it out. It deserves to be, it deserves to get all kinds of attention just as much as Balatro did. Like it's unless you're annoyed by the fact that it so blatantly copies the ideas of Balatro. Other than that, there's nothing to complain about here. But boy, is it fun. So much fun. Like I finished playing today and the only reason I stopped playing is because I had to set up for the podcast. So I was like, I want to play more stages here. I want to see what the stages hide because again, the board layouts are different, but beyond words, $12, go play it. So there's that. Let's do questions. Send your questions to GoNintendo@gmail.com.
Where?
GoNinPod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
They can be about Nintendo, video games in general, whatever the hell you want. NicoDarunia asks this. You are producing a new film,
I want you to produce me some cabbage carrots.
which is a crossover between the Hunger Games and a real-life game show. Which is the best real-life game show for this crossover, in your opinion? And they say in parentheses, I am imagining a Taskmaster crossover. So what's Hunger Games? I haven't seen it. I don't read it. I know very little. I know
drop you on an island and you have to kill each other. It's like a battle royale.
Okay.
And people are selected from every, I guess you say region.
Okay, so Survivor then.
It would be like what Trump wants to do, where he wanted like two
Oh,
people
yes,
from every
that's
state.
right.
Patriot
Yeah.
Olympics or whatever.
Yeah.
SD says supermarkets. People dying over fighting for deals in aisles. Crossover between Hunger Games and a real life game show. Okay, so a Hunger Games version of
It's
a
gotta
game
be
show.
the Legends of the Hidden Temple, and they're running through there and like
Yeah.
traps, like
Great.
spike wall, like
That
trap
would be
doors
great.
with spike
Yeah.
grounds. And
That or Double Dare would be a good one, but Legends of the Hidden Temple is even better. Yeah. Survivor would work. Survivor would 100% work. You'd just be allowed to kill each other while you're there. What's Big Brother. You just kill each other inside the house, though.
Is that a game show?
Yeah, you're playing for a prize. Is it
It's
reality
TV.
show? But yeah, it's still a game show.
Okay.
Like Survivor is a game show, but it's a reality show too. So you want me to go more classic game show? Then it would be Legends of the Hidden Temple. That is the pick. I can't off the top of my head think of one that would make more sense to adapt into a Hunger Games style game. I'm trying to run through game shows in my mind. I see a whole bunch of game shows, but nothing makes more sense than that. I think that's the perfect answer. Do you have another answer?
Trying to think of a good game show to fit it, and I just Card Sharks. Higher. No. And you get killed.
Oh, you just get killed for picking the wrong direction? Sorry, I was drinking. I mean, I guess. I'm sorry that it got shut down so quickly, but Dude gave literally the perfect answer. SD says, press your luck, but with real whammies.
I like that.
So the guy in a whammy suit comes out and literally like crushes you with an anvil or shoots you in the face with a shotgun. There you go. So our answers are Legends of the Hidden Temple or Press Your Luck. We also have a Patreon question. Mom Brain, did you know you could join the Patreon?
For $1.
For $1. Timothy did, and they asked this. Who was your favorite cartoon character as a kid and why? Was it because of the design, the personality, or anything else? I was a Taz kid for the longest time because he was so crazy and could move around in a personal tornado, which I thought was very cool. Ice Dilbert for the previous question said Deal or No Deal. That's a great one. Each box is lethal except the best one. So lots of death on that show. Favorite cartoon character as a kid. I am very interested in hearing your answers at the table for this.
Chitara.
You do love Chitara. Like you talk about her a lot.
Yeah, she's so cool.
Listen, you're right. She does lots of flips. She has my personal favorite weapon, as it's the same one that Donatello has. She's got a bow staff. Yeah, listen, I'm going to say she's beautiful. She's a beautiful Catwoman.
I also deeply love She-Ra.
SD, I am not. Can you please link me in a Discord?
I also really, really love Pinky and the Brain. You can't pick one.
They're a package. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do favorite?
Yeah, they're good. I don't know. I got so many favorites. It's got to be Garfield, just because even as a kid, I was reading all those books, reading all the books and watching the show and the Garfield specials, the Halloween and Christmas specials especially. But yeah, I don't know. Like there's a bunch of stuff that I liked, from way back then.
Raphael?
I didn't like Raphael in the cartoon. In the cartoon, I liked Michelangelo.
Party dude.
Yeah.
Regular party, 2 party dudes.
Yeah. But yeah, like I was a big Turtles fan back then. I was a big G.I. Joe fan. I just didn't. I liked mostly. I liked the villains in G.I. Joe though. Like I liked the good guys. I wanted the good guys to win, but the bad guys were always so much cooler, more interesting. Like I couldn't really tell you a lot of the names of like the good guys, but I can tell you a bunch of the bad guys that I
one that
liked.
has the name Junk something Junk.
Junkyard Dog.
I didn't really
No,
watch
I don't know.
G.I. Joe. I honestly like I've seen a few episodes here and there, but it wasn't like a regular watch for me.
Yeah, I was big into that, but I liked, as a kid, I liked like toy guns, and I liked, being a soldier, and like my G.I. Joe. I had a G.I. Joe action figures. I didn't have any of the weapons for them, but they would do karate kicks all the time. I've talked about that. But yeah, I can't think of anything more than like Garfield that's probably influenced me the most. I was a big, I can't really watch it anymore because I do agree with you. It's not good. And I can't believe I liked it back then, but I loved Scooby-Doo back in the day. It's amazing how bad the show is. Like the old episodes are. It's amazing how bad they are.
In my opinion, terrible.
Because like I loved that stuff when I was a kid.
That's why I have such a distaste for Scooby-Doo. But modern day Scooby-Doo is actually funny, and I would say actually good. But I would not turn my nose up to anything Scooby-Doo, but in my mind, I picture Scooby-Doo as very bad because I remember watching it and thinking it was really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those sandwiches, even though I wasn't eating sandwiches as a kid, I wanted those sandwiches.
It all looked very tasty.
Right? SD, I have not tried the Muppet comics, and SD, this Thundercats comic looks awesome, and I see it just started in 2024, so I guess I wouldn't have too much to catch up on, but yeah, I'm down to read that. That sounds amazing. I have a nostalgic love for Scooby-Doo. You may call me a do-head. I'm a real do-head. I like when Scooby-Doo teamed up with other characters. I mean, he still does that, teamed up with the Undertaker. I saw that movie cartoon. Anything else, Do? Any other cartoon characters that were your favorites as a kid?
Yeah, nothing that stands out. Nothing other than what I mentioned. Yeah, nothing that I can think of.
So as a kid, as an adult, as a human on this earth, I've always watched cartoons and loved cartoons. I'm trying to think of cartoon characters I really loved or were my favorite and I identified with. The one from childhood that stands out above all others in my mind right now is Donatello. I greatly loved and still love Donatello. Like I thought that he did computers, did machines was great. I just liked that he was smart and kicked butt. I liked his personality a lot. Like I just really loved Donatello. Leonardo, I was like, no. Raphael, I was like, no, definitely no. Michelangelo, I was like, he's dumb, but he's okay. So I was.
That's in the song.
Michelangelo is dumb but okay.
Yeah.
But yes, I'd love to spend so much time just thinking about this. And I'm going to spend too much time on it. But Donatello, right away. Let me think of everything I watched as a kid. I can blow through some stuff. I loved Transformers. And I really liked Optimus Prime, but not like crazy liked. But I had an Optimus Prime as a kid, like the big one.
I was a big Transformers guy too.
And I can't think of anybody else in Transformers that I really liked, so it was Optimus Prime. Animaniacs I loved, but like I didn't have a favorite. Well, I liked Wacko a lot. I really liked Wacko.
I liked Wacko the best. Why did he have a British accent or something when the other two didn't?
I always wondered. Because he's a wacko. He could burp burp with the best of them too. I love Tiny Toons. Is there anyone in Tiny Toons I really like? There's plenty of these cartoons where I really like these characters.
I loved Muppet Babies.
I love Muppet Babies
me too.
And I couldn't really. I don't think I could pick a favorite, but Miss Piggy if I had to.
You know who I didn't like? Scooter and Skeeter. I was gonna curse. I was so mad at them. But keep those two out of there. Especially, which one's the girl?
There's a girl.
Skeeter. No. Scooter.
Whatever one is the girl, I don't like. I don't like both of them, but the girl extra annoyed me. Whereas the boy was kind of like
Oh, okay.
too sheepish.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they were brother and sister.
I was getting confused with the Meep guy. The
Bunsen and Beaker.
okay,
They are both strapping men.
okay.
Strapping young men.
Yeah, Scooter and Skeeter, get them out.
They're
Get them out of
orange
there.
faces with more orange hair.
Yeah, I didn't like that either.
SD. Are we gonna go? Oh, I was gonna make a joke without even meaning it. SD says RMC liked Babs, of course, and I was gonna say we're really gonna go down this rabbit hole. Whatever. We're all friends here. It's the 1022nd episode. There's that episode of
Oh yeah,
Tiny
I know
Toons.
what you're talking about.
Go
Is
ahead.
there like a cousin or somebody who comes?
No.
Oh.
It's the one where Babs decides she doesn't want to do Tiny Toons anymore. And she wants to go be on. It's like some soap opera show at the time, and it's like a mix of 90210 and a soap opera. And she goes to prove her real acting chops to be on it. And first off, the way that episode is drawn, I absolutely love, because they had it, and I don't know what studio did it, but they had certain episodes that were drawn by that studio, and the way it's animated and it's more angular than other episodes, just I really loved that style. But Babs, like this episode, like Babs wants to prove herself, so she gets like all makeup up and like does like an adult look and wears like adult clothing and everything. And back then, I used to be like, "Wow, look at Babs!" Like, I listen. I'll admit it. I got no problem admitting it.
Listen, looking at Chitara now, I'm like, that could have been
Chitara's
my
hot.
bisexual awakening.
Chitara is hot.
Yeah.
Babs, I wouldn't say Babs was hot, but when she was in that, like trying to be grown up, I was like, something going on with Babs here. As I've said many times, and I have no problem saying, Minerva Mink was very attractive to
That's
me,
who I
but
was
she was supposed to be attractive. She was drawn that way. All the episodes were about the animals' eyes
Does Jessica
bugging out.
Rabbit say I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Eyes bugging out, like characters
Awooga.
being fake dead because she was so beautiful. But we're not talking about most beautiful. We're talking about favorites here.
That's
What?
SD posted the name of the
13 something.
yeah 13 something
Yes.
is the name of the soap opera that
I love
pretty
that
good.
episode. I love that episode. And I was also sad because it has a story about like Buster basically being sad that Babs is going, because they had, I don't want to say they had an off again, on again thing, but Buster was clearly into Babs.
And the new one, they're brother and sister, right?
That new one pisses me off so much
Okay.
because the whole joke catchphrase, one of the
Not
many they
related.
said, no, what? It was no relation.
No relation.
They used to say that all the time.
that
And
was
then
like the
some
thing.
like new, I don't know how it came to be, but in the new show, they were like, well, what if they were related? No.
The damage has
Why?
been done.
That's so
You
wrong.
can't make them related now.
Great joke, SD Buster. He just met her. So yes, that I'm not even gonna say sexual tension because that wasn't there, but like that relationship idea, and Buster was like too proud to say anything about it. But I believe at the end of that episode, he lets loose. Buster lets loose. Buster breaks loose. Buster busts loose. That's the name of the game. He admits that he's got some sort of feelings for her, or at least makes it obvious that he does. And Babs admits that she didn't really let on with how she felt. There's an arc in this episode, is what I'm trying to say.
This is gonna be the first cry of the week.
But favorite characters in cartoons. I got to go through more. What do we got? Oh, you know who I really love? Freakazoid. I love Freakazoid. What is going on over here that you're looking at? Tell
Nothing.
me.
Absolutely nothing.
This is like the fourth time when you look over here, you're like, "Beep," over here somewhere.
Nothing.
You're
I
up to
promise.
something. I really like Freakazoid. I wish Freakazoid would come back so bad. Like, Freakazoid never got the attention it deserved,
Was
and that's
Freakazoid
because
the
it
one
was
we were
so
just talking
weird.
about? A poo fart?
Poo gas.
Poo
He
gas.
said poo gas a lot. Said something smells like poo gas. He used to go with Ed Asner. I don't remember the character's name. They used to go like eat weird foods together. Be like, let's go get a donut. Let's go get some cheese. Let's go whatever. Ed Asner's character was a police officer that was, I don't want to say was an idiot, but never really did his job. And Freakazoid would hang out with him, but they would never really hang out to solve anything. It'd be like, let's go get a cup of coffee or let's go eat a donut and whatever. I really do like Freakazoid. What other cartoon? I've watched so many cartoons.
Earthworm Jim?
I liked the Earthworm Jim cartoon. I thought it was actually funny. I thought it captured the funny spirit of the game well, and it was voiced by Dan Castellaneta. He did a fantastic job. He
Cool.
was really good because Earthworm Jim in the game doesn't really have a voice. He's got like a howl that he does, but it's not a character that speaks. But Dan Castellaneta did a really good job at that. I remember thinking as a kid that was one of the first video game cartoons that was legitimately good, because I liked the Mario cartoon, but it wasn't good, and the Zelda cartoon wasn't good, and Captain N wasn't good, but I just liked seeing cartoons that were video games. But Earthworm Jim I thought was legitimately good.
Sexy Ren.
We're not just talking. We're talking about favorite characters, not sexy characters. Sexy
Ren is
Ren. What are you talking about?
dating.
Sexy. When is sexy Ren? Oh, there's the one where he gets the peck
The
implants.
Chihuahua lady.
You're talking. Yeah, that's not Ren though.
The beauty girl.
There is one where Ren gets peck implants and they end up deflating. So, I got to think of another. See, like now it's very easy for me to think of favorites because I'm viewing them as
Gem.
adults, but in like cartoons I'm watching now, like All Might is one of my favorite characters. I love All Might. All Might, and again, my knowledge of Superman is very little, so I'm sure I'm lacking a whole bunch of nuance here. But All Might is a character that is just through and through a good guy, and he's like textbook superhero good, but for some reason, you know what really does it for me? Like All Might's hero, when he's actually like, muscled up, he's like very straightforward comic book hero where he's like, I am here, and talks like a comic book guy. But when he's his normal human version, he has heart and passion and like emotional depth to him.
I have to take a picture of it.
That is so great that I just love it. And that's why I love Deku as well, because Deku's completely different in how he acts and operates, but he is a full-on 100% cut and dry heroic character. He just wants to save people and help people, and I loved, like, that's why Deku's one of my favorite characters. I really like that when there's a like someone who is just good and they don't struggle with being good. They might struggle getting done what they know is the right thing to do because it's a tough thing to do, but they don't struggle with it. And you don't really see that too much nowadays. You see like when a heroic character will have moments where they struggle with something or doing something, and I that's fine. I like seeing that explored, but there's just something to the like quintessential tried and true hero that really resonates with me. I love talking about cartoons. I don't want to talk about it too much. I was trying to think of one other like classic cartoon character. You know who I really liked? Mighty Max in a Mighty Max cartoon. I really liked him. There's something about, and he was like, he had kind of an edge to him. I love that whole group. I can't remember their names. Virgil was the owl. Max was the boy, and I don't remember the other character's name. But that group of characters, I really liked them a lot because you really felt like they cared about each other. What a good cartoon that only came about because they wanted to sell toys. That's something else. But yeah, that's all I got now. No, I'm not done, SD. I just watched an episode last night with My Hero Academia. I am at where the good guys catch the bad guys, and they split them up into different arenas, and they split them up very far apart from each other. And Deku is supposed to be teleported to fight, the guy that touches everything and turns it to stone. But he ends up getting teleported to the beach where the girl with, I am terrible with names, I'm sorry, where the girl with the blood, the girl that can take people's blood and change into them, he's there with her, but he just left. He's going to meet up at the other fight. So what is it? I'm in the second to last season. I'm not in the last season yet, but I'm getting there. And I love it. I love it. And come on, Cementos is doing stuff. What more could you want? What's his name? The guy that steals people's quirks. He had one of his eyes taken out, so he's only got one eye, and the other guy's sitting there with him.
Quirky purple.
Himiko Toga. Thank you, SD. Himiko. I saw a Himiko Toga figurine at the place we were the other day, and I was very close to buying it, but I want to see how her character plays out, because that's how I buy characters. I don't buy characters that I just like the look of them. I either have to like the character or like the arc that the character goes on, because there are characters that I think look awesome, but I don't like what they do in the show, so I won't buy them. Like, I like a certain type of character. So Himiko, I feel really sad for, but she's done terrible things, but I feel like she's going to have some kind of turnaround in her arc. And I need that to happen before I commit to the character, because I really like the character's design, but we saw it yesterday and I was really close to getting it. I was like, no, I need to know how things play out first. So
It's like all the people who named their babies Khaleesi before the show ended.
Right. Yeah, probably not. Most of those kids got put up for adoption, I heard. Sorry, I could talk about cartoons forever. After show, I'll talk more if you want. But for now, let's move on to
I posted in the Discord. I loved Rainbow Bright.
Mom Brain as Rainbow
Yep,
Bright.
my
as a
mom
child.
made that Halloween costume for me.
That is Mom Brain
That looks pretty
as
good.
Rainbow Bright.
Yeah.
I was the Flash when I was a kid. My mom made a Flash
That's
costume.
cool.
See, that's what's funny. I spent so much of my life not knowing how much, not only that I would like comic books and comic book characters, but how they'd resonate with me. But as a little kid,
Yeah.
clearly I knew. But as a little kid, I was the Flash because of that live action show. That was a RMC household show. Every week we watched that Flash show. We watched that, and we watched Superman with stupid ass Dean Cain. I loved that show too. I mean, I'm talking about stupid ass Dean Cain now, but the Flash, I haven't seen an episode of The Flash since I originally watched as a kid. I wonder if that show is actually good. It was on for multiple seasons.
Yeah.
Did either of you watch that as
No.
kids? It was like the live action primetime Flash on CBS.
Yeah.
Never.
And I remember him. The only thing I remember about that show, other than him being fast, is he eats like 7 pizzas in one episode because he ran so fast. He needed to eat a lot. And I was like, this is great.
What's not to like about that?
SD says this year, Mom Brain is Chitara. There you go. I mean, it gets my seal of approval. All right, moving on. We have no, you don't like her. We have music trivia.
We do.
I got music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh.
Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Goninpod@gmail.com.
Maybe I will.
Put music in the title. Help out your local Mom Brain. Music. I want to say this week sucked because of work, but it extra sucked because I had to do taxes, and that always sucks. And I've been in a funk since doing them yesterday just because it annoys me. But this podcast has been great, and hanging out with people I care about and love, and you guys in the Discord, it put me in a better headspace. So thank you. I just wanted to put that out there. I appreciate it.
Oh, and you got to talk about cartoons.
I mean, right? And how I'm sexually
Yeah.
attracted to Babs. It's great. I mean, what more could I want?
That's
I
right.
am not, by the way. Now, Minerva Mink, we'll talk about it in the after show.
This first song comes from Autumnal Blake.
I know this.
Yep.
I was like, why is this making me sad? I know why. This is Runbow.
It is.
It's making me sad because it reminded me of the days of Wii U, because that's where Runbow came out on first. And Runbow was a really fun game, but I was like, boy, nobody will buy the Wii U. And that's the way it stayed.
And the name of the song is Leaf It on the Dance Floor instead of Leave It on the Dance Floor.
Runbow was great. It got transported. It got ported to other systems as well. It was on 3DS, I believe. Maybe it made it to Switch. I don't remember.
Here's a bop from Spaniel 53.
Oh, come on. This is...
Shantae.
I don't know what this is from. Oh, I know what it's from. Just I don't know the game. It's Kirby.
Yeah.
What does it sound like? Can you bump it up? Love me some Kirby music. Is this 64?
Yes.
Okay. Crystal Shark.
Yep.
Man, Kirby music. So good. When we were at this place with the figurines, they had a claw machine, and some of them had Kirby songs in them, but they were not Nintendo related claw machines. But when you went to go use the claw, it would play little musical jingles, and one of the songs, which definitely wasn't approved, was from a Kirby game. It was And I was like, well, Nintendo must not know about this because they would be suing this company.
This one
I also
comes
did not win.
from Wired.
Oh my god, I gotta get out of the Discord. I need something to clue me in here. I got nothing. I feel like I'm in a jungle or in a temple or in a... No, those seem right. Some Aztec something. This has nothing that's identifying what it is to me. TAC and the Power of Juju.
No.
It feels like one of those songs that's like so familiar, but I can't place it. Mom Brain's nodding. Do I know this?
I don't know.
I want to at least wait until the song loops because I'm waiting for like an instrument or a motif to give me something. And then we're getting less instruments now. There, we're gonna get an instrument this time. Here we go. Bum, 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 bum. Here comes an instrument. Oh, we're right back. Nothing is clicking for me. It's a little unique,
Mr.
but I got
Oizo?
nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm out.
Nothing's clicking for me.
Pretty funky, though.
I'll bow out.
Spelunky 2.
Oh, I know Spelunky really well. That's missing what I would have checked the box for me for Spelunky. My fault. Now I feel bad about that one.
So sorry.
Well, you were kind of right though when you said temple. It's
Yeah,
got that
I
kind of
got that.
cave-like feel.
Here's one from PT.
Is this first party?
Yes.
Come on, yeah. I know that first party sound. It's goofy, so it's a silly game. It's definitely silly. Okay, it's got Animal Crossing sounds, but I know it's not Animal Crossing. Now I need to know what else. Oh, all right. Is this? Quality. Is this? This is so first party. It hurts. Is this 3DS?
Yep.
3DS Goofy. It's not Tomodachi Life. I know that, but there's an element. Is this it's gotta be the RPG. Metopia.
Yep.
There we go.
Wow.
Tis Metopia.
Silly, goofy sounds and
This one's from NicoDarunia.
I don't know what this is, but I like it. Ooh. Is this Game Boy?
Yep.
This is great. I just wanted to go like next level. Okay. What is this?
I feel like it's scrambling our brains.
Yeah.
Do I know this?
Yes.
Is this first party?
Yes.
Okay. What were those Mario games?
Nope.
Okay. First party. What is this? There's something weird about it.
Yeah.
But what is weird? I don't know. Go ahead. Break my heart.
I don't know.
It's Link's Awakening.
What part?
Bonus. Moisey's song.
Man, I know Link's Awakening soundtrack through and through, and I feel like
It's a
I've never
bonus.
heard this song. Moisey song. Moisey song. What the hell is Moisey? Moisha? Moisey. You go on. I'm gonna look into this. Moisey's.
I'm gonna look into this moisey.
This one's from Tater Tot.
Pause this, please. This is according to YouTube. Moisey's song, an Easter egg which only works in the German translation of Link's Awakening. Okay. I don't feel so bad about it now. I didn't even know this.
You never played the German translation version?
Not yet.
Oh,
Fake fan.
Fake fan. Got nothing on this. Man, we're starting off good. Well, it's real instruments, and it's not first party. And do you take the rest? I got nothing.
All right. Okay. So it's on the Switch.
Wii.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just as I presumed. On the Wii.
It's not ringing any bells for me.
Yeah, I got nothing.
We got nothing.
It was Dead Rising, Chop Till You Drop.
Oh, what part?
I don't know.
Okay, that's fine. Not really a game I remember any soundtrack parts of at all, really. I remember being dressed as Mega Man and killing zombies.
Here's one from Radical Defect / Master Higgins.
I like it, but I can guarantee this is not something I played. Hell yeah. Wow. I dig what we're doing here.
It's got like a... they've taken Double Dragon to the next level.
You are 100% right. I thought that one part is exactly like Double Dragon. I'm going to guess this is some sort of RPG because I've never heard this and I know I haven't played. And I don't even know where to begin with those guesses.
I don't know.
Well, they're falling apart.
This part.
Yes. That part of the song as a little kid used to scare me, but I also liked it.
I hated it, and now I love it. Like, now I think it's so great, but as a kid, I hated that song.
So technically it's a first party game.
But is it an RPG?
I don't know.
Technically first party. What is it?
NES and Game Boy Color.
I don't know. It's not a franchise, I guess.
It is. Do you give up?
Yeah, I gave up.
Chrysalis. So
Chrysalis?
Radical Defect said it came out on the NES.
Spell that.
And the CHRYSTALIS.
Crystallis?
So
Crystallis?
Oh, maybe. So came out on NES and Game Boy Color. The NES version was developed by SNK, so that's not first party, but the Game Boy Color version of the game was developed and ported by Nintendo of America specifically. So it is first party technically.
It is an RPG. Man, I remember seeing Crystallis. Or Crystallis, but probably Crystallis. I remember seeing this box at Toys R Us and it scared me because it was an RPG. I was like, nope, can't play this. Man, SNK, developed and published by SNK for Nintendo. A port for the Game Boy Color, developed by Nintendo. Wow. This is... So it was never really a Nintendo-developed game, but it became one when they ported it to the Game Boy Color. That's really insane. A little part of Nintendo history I never knew. Look at that. As my grandfather used to say, you learn something new every day.
This
now
one
I gotta play it.
Comes from Jeff, and this is Jeff's first submission.
His name's Jeff. This has to be first party as well.
Yeah.
Is this Tomodachi Life?
Tomodachi Collection.
All right. Man.
Have you guys been getting the TikToks of the VR sock puppet?
I got them before you were sending them to me. Yeah,
So
great stuff. Love that weird first party Nintendo stuff.
this one comes from Super Duper Pooper Scooper.
I should know this.
I know it, but I haven't played the one it's from. It's a Final Fantasy.
Nope.
Is this Super Mario RPG?
It is the only one just for me.
They snuck the Final Fantasy song in there. What does it say though? That's right. You fight against somebody for Final Fantasy.
The Culex battle theme.
Culex.
Okay.
Get it right, my brain. Yes, that is a Final Fantasy song in Super Mario RPG.
Last one comes from Mikey3319.
This is our last one, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, then I missed one.
Oh, well, I could have.
Then let's do one more after this. Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's Super Nintendo, and it's got to be some licensed game.
Yep.
Name any movie that came out in the 90s, 90 to 94.
Terminator 2.
I'm going to say you got to go crappier. I don't know why. But I feel like I know, like Jurassic Park, Terminator. Like, it's not Cliffhanger, but I'm thinking more like, like B-tier stuff.
Like a RoboCop.
Yeah, it's not that, but yes. It's obviously sci-fi. It has to be sci-fi.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sci-fi or
I feel like if they made
horror?
I feel like if they made a Blade Runner game, this would be in it. But I mean, they did make a Blade Runner game, but not for Super Nintendo. Sci-fi 90s.
The X-Files?
No.
It's got to be a movie. Is it a movie?
Yes.
Johnny Mnemonic. I don't think there's a game for that.
But that's from an era when like they would make a game about of that
Yes.
movie, like of a crappy movie like that.
I don't want to let go on this one because I feel like we could get there. We just need to think of the right movies. It's not a bad song. It's setting the mood.
Aliens?
No.
Oh, good guess. I'd say that's A-tier movie, but that's a really good guess. I'm getting like glimpses of things in my head and they're disappearing. Like I'm trying to think of. I keep thinking movies where there aren't games. I want to guess like Battlefield Earth, and that is not something that exists. When did that come out? Later than
Early 2000s, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it again. We got
Sci-fi movie from that
Demolition
time.
Man.
No. Sci-fi / horror.
Predator?
No.
Sci-fi / horror. You're sure it's horror?
Yeah, when I look it up, it's always
Okay.
sci-fi / horror.
Dark City.
Event Horizon.
Oh, I bet I know what it is. It has a very mundane name.
I don't know.
As far as like the name, if it's what I'm thinking of, the name, it doesn't sound like it'd be a sci-fi horror movie.
I don't know.
Okay, Lawnmower Man is what I'm thinking.
Yes.
Oh, they made a Lawnmower Man game?
Yeah, I remember seeing that at the rental store all the time too, and it's like, I don't know what this game is, but it looks bad. And I remembered the face on it,
Yeah.
the Lawnmower Man face.
This one comes from Joe Shabadoo.
This is our final one. Hades? 2?
Yep.
Dang. You good.
when the whatever first instrument came in, I was like, I think it's Hades. Then when the horn came in, that's pretty fresh in my memory recently.
Great job.
Great job.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That can't be right. I think we got 6 out of 9. 6
Yeah.
out of 9.
Definitely.
We did it.
Of course we did.
Great job.
And as always, that is
That's
the
it.
literal end of the show. Yes, SD, you were right. I see. You said Lawnmower Man. You got it. That's the end of the show.
I love the guy in the movie that plays the Lawnmower Man. He should have had a bigger career. The guy's awesome.
There we go. That's the box I remember.
Yeah, it's kind of scary.
That movie is not good, but like as a kid, it scared the crap out of me.
I don't think I've ever seen the full movie. I know I've seen pieces of
It's so bad.
it.
It's like laughable how not scary it is now. But we do have one more thing.
Was that Piper?
Sound like it. Wanna go
Piper.
check?
P. Kitty.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have one more thing. Go right ahead.
We do. It's a little something called Deux Views. It's never news. Rumor of the week with Deux Michaels.
I thought it was starring.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you may know, I send spiders and flies all over the video game realm, and they come back with rumors that you're gonna only get here, folks. So these aren't your Matty Piss rumors. No, he's not the rumor guy. These aren't Mega 64. Give me somebody who does rumors, will you? These aren't your dad's rumors.
What's that one? I'm trying to think of the guy you always talked about.
His name starts with a P, doesn't it?
You go on. I'll think of it.
Yeah, sorry, I can't think of it. It would have been funnier if I could.
I want to say it's 5 letters.
Well, either way, we got something for you.
Oh, you're thinking of Pioro, they're saying.
Okay. Well, I get rumors basically, and I share them with you, and that's what we're gonna do here. The one thing that it says here though
Grub.
on this note,
Grub. Mr. Grub.
Yeah, this ain't your grub rumors,
There you go.
people. See how funny that was? So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, basically, usually they're rumors. This week we're doing something new and different and exciting. This is actually going to be true. This is absolutely true.
Oh.
This is true. Take it to the bank. You heard it here first. GoNintendo is dropping an
I'm honored
exclusive.
to have this exclusive
news
true bit of
story.
news.
Laying you an exclusive egg here.
So here we go. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we talked a little bit earlier about how the Pokemon Company stripped the Pokemon Go trophy from that guy that celebrated too
I
hard.
did hear that.
But Pokemon Company, Pokemon Co, as we call them, they didn't know kind of what to do with the trophy. So what they did is they reached out to FIFA and asked them what they should do, and they ended up presenting the Pokemon Go trophy to President
Go.
Trump, ladies and gentlemen, who earned it, of course, for all his great work in the Pokemon arena.
He has been trying to catch them all, so it does make sense.
He
there.
certainly has, and I can't think of someone who enjoys Pokemon better than him because of all the posts that
I've
he's
seen
made.
his social
so-
media. It's true. Yes, undeniable.
So yeah, that's absolutely true. There's nothing fake about that at all.
Thanks for giving us a true piece of information and let it spread far and wide throughout the internet, because that's what we're all about here, spreading 100% factual information to the masses. And that's all we got this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.
After show. Come on. Like there's cartoon characters you saw as kids where they sexually awakened you, or you were attracted to them. Come on, He-Man. He-Man didn't do for you.
Nope.
Wearing that
I told
whatever
you
get up.
Chitara did.
But
For sure.
was she really your sexual awakening?
No, I don't think a cartoon.
Were you
would.
attracted to her? Oh, so high and mighty. Oh, I would never be attracted to a cartoon character. Yeah, come on. Really? I'm the only one that's going to be like Minerva Mink was hot?
I can't think of anybody at the moment.
I can't either. Like, I'm not saying that.
As he says, how about a Muppet? You find a Muppet attractive?
No.
I mean, I've
What about that eagle? Yeah.
As a kid, I don't remember thinking about any of them in that way.
What about Bugs Bunny dressed up as a woman?
Well, I mean,
I'm not made
When
of
he
stone.
dresses up like a lady.
and plays a girl bunny.
My first crush was Lenka from Captain Planet. That's all I got for you. Radical Defect says this. Sorry to put you on blast, Radical. I remember Captain Planet, but I didn't actually watch it. Captain Planet. I have the one in my head that I want it to be. So we'll see if it was. Yep, it's the one. Lenka. There she is. The lovely Lenka.
Oh.
Who's this next to her, brother? Okay, Sweet Polly Purebred had to be an early one for me. Really? I mean, she's not unattractive as far as dog women go. She's not unattractive. She's in the Discord hanging out with us. Judgment Free Zone. That's right, Radical Defect. And SD, I see your question. I promise I will get to it. Yeah, Minerva Mink. Come on, like I said, she on purpose that was the whole purpose of the character, to be a sexy character, and she used her sexiness to manipulate people. That's the bit. That's the whole thing. That was the whole point of the cartoon.
Yeah, I don't know. Like even like Jessica Rabbit, I never thought about it at all. It wasn't until like adulthood that I mean,
Jessica Rabbit was throwing her boobs in everybody's face.
I'm not saying it's not sexy looking back. It's just for me at the time, it was like, I don't know, it wasn't on my mind. I guess you bloomed a little earlier than I did, perhaps.
Well, I would think what the other people in the movie thought. Like, how did Roger Rabbit land her? And then I was like, oh, because he's funny.
He's pretty really good at patty cake too.
That's right. And she's playing patty cake with that other guy too. So, I thought, the one Chipette was cute.
Oh, yeah.
Which is why I think Topanga's cute, which is nuts to me that you give pushback on Topanga, universally seen as one of the like teen heartthrobs for boys at that time. Like, that's insane that there's any pushback on Topanga. That's like giving pushback on like Kelly Kapowski.
I'm not saying that she's unattractive. I'm saying they
You
look
think
alike.
she's weird looking?
I think they look alike. They have a specific brand.
Yeah, cute.
Chipmunk.
So you think Topanga looks like? I'm sorry, Danielle Fishel looks like a chipmunk.
A little bit.
I don't.
Chipmunks are cute.
She had like chubby cheeks, I guess, but like other than that.
All right.
But it's just crazy to me. Like, Topanga was like one of the it girls back then.
Yeah, okay.
But you think she's weird looking. But
Mads Mikkelsen, you think is weird looking, but he's
but
so
the difference
handsome.
is Topanga is not weird looking. Mads, while I do think is or can be seen as attractive, he is first and foremost weird looking.
Okay, well,
He looks like he's been.
That's your opinion.
He looks like a real life version of a Tim Burton claymation character. Like gaunt face, eyes, like that's what he is.
Fine. And Topanga looks like a chipmunk.
She does not look like it. This is crazy. This Minerva Mink is hot. That's right, Calta. Thank you. Yes, the mayor from Powerpuff Girls. But although I gotta say, she had an attractive body, yes, but we don't ever get to see her face, right? I know that was the whole point of the character, but we never see her face ever, right? Well, let me get put on some sort of list here by looking at Minerva Mink. Minerva Mink. Come on. Oh, no. Come on. The second picture is her showing off her feet. I don't have a foot thing. Look at Minerva. Are you? Come on, man. Look at Minerva.
I've got a mink thing, not a foot thing.
Yeah, exactly. Look at this. Look at this. Come on. She's the mink version of Jessica Rabbit.
I don't think. Well, I don't know what you're thinking, Mom Brain, but like, I'm not saying they're not hot. I'm just saying, like, as a kid, I wasn't thinking about them that way. Yeah, I don't know. Liz, the doctor, the vet from Garfield, maybe. I don't know. Not really.
I gotta look her up now. I have an idea in my head of what she looked like. Liz Garfield. I mean, I'm not yucking somebody's yum. She doesn't do it for me, but she has the, basically she looks like John. There's Like
no wonder John
lips,
was so in love with her.
The lips are different, obviously, but take away the lips, and that's John's face with a couple more eyelashes.
Man,
It's
she's
the
got
same thing.
giant eyes.
So does John.
I guess so. Yeah, I never realized how
There you
big
go.
the
There's
eyes
from the cartoon. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would imagine all the eyes are the same. John Arbuckle. That's
Yeah,
his
I mean,
name,
it's
right?
not like I don't know.
Again, I'm not knocking you at all. But yeah, John's eyes are the same size. They all got giant eyes.
Now, if we had the anime that we have today when I was, 13, then probably I'd be like all about a bunch of
Well,
women.
now I
but-
need to know who you think is attractive in anime. This is great. And yes, I didn't watch Chippendale. I know of Chippendale, but I could see young boys or young girls thinking that what's her name was cute.
Ratchet.
I was gonna say Ratchet, but
It's
I wasn't
not.
sure. What's her name? Is it Ratchet? You watch Chippendale?
No.
Gadget. Thank you, SD. Gadget. Ratchet is the dollar store version. Anyway, yes, do please. Even though Nikki Hill is a hentai correspondent, I would love to hear what anime characters you find attractive.
Name them. Seriously, like name
Any kaiju.
All right, well, I guess you can't do that. But yeah, like they're all attractive. Like the woman from Neon Genesis is attractive.
Which one?
The one that like inappropriately flirts with a little boy.
Misato.
Yeah. So like
Yeah,
there's-
see, like I wouldn't look
You
at
know
any.
what?
I wouldn't see anyone in Neon Genesis as attractive. I wouldn't say they're ugly, but none of them I'm like, yeah, they're attractive to me. But my one cousin who's watching Neon Genesis right now thinks Misato is good looking. So there you go.
But she's supposed to be though.
I mean, I guess she doesn't do it for me.
But
I don't.
everyone
think
in the
she's
show
ugly.
talks about how hot she is. Like that's the thing.
Everybody could be wrong. They're wrong about a lot of stuff in that show. Yeah, I understand. In the show, she's seen by the characters in the show as an attractive person, and I don't think she's ugly. But I would not look at her and be like, "Yeah, Misato." But then again, I guess I like more unconventional girls too. Or
Yeah, like
chipmunk
animal.
women.
Yeah, animals. Like that's what I'm curious about. Like
No,
how
I like when I guess you'd call it like if you're gonna liken it to real life stuff. I like alt girls. Like I like different colored hair and non-traditional haircuts. And
So what's her name? So Chloe from Life is Strange.
I don't think she's attractive, but that style of person, yes, that is attractive to me. Yeah, like this doctor lady. Yeah, I don't like
Disney Robin Hood Fox.
A lot
is
of girls feel
attractive.
that way about him. Yes,
Yeah.
that is a very universal.
Yeah, and I think
opinion.
it's kind of like also who he is that does it.
Trying to think of like an anime character right off the top of my head that I find attractive.
I mean, Frieren and what's her name? Purple hair.
Fern?
Yeah.
It's like Frieren is nice looking,
What
but
about
I'm
the girl
not
from
like
Ghost
she's
Trick?
very attractive. Don't do this to me. Fern, like I think is cute, but I don't find her attractive.
I don't know what we're even talking about.
Talking about attractive again.
Because
this
then
is-
it's all personal.
I was gonna say,
preference,
yeah.
so it doesn't matter.
I know we're just having a
Oh,
conversation.
okay, well then fine.
Yeah, I'm not saying this isn't me saying you're wrong. I'm just trying. We're
Yeah.
talking about who we find as attractive.
Momo.
Oh, absolutely.
Is that her name?
Miss Ayase?
From Don to Don?
absolutely.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
like
Momo, yes. I
she's
think
like
Momo's
number
attractive,
one.
Yes,
The
but
grandma's up there. The other one is up. Like that whole show is ridiculous.
see,
And-
like Momo, I see. Okay, Momo's personality is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love Momo's personality.
She's the best.
But as far as, and I think she's very attractive. But as far as looks go, I prefer the jerk girl,
the jerk girl.
the pink-haired girl.
Yes.
That's
The other
what
one.
yes, the other. I don't remember her name either.
Mhm.
I think she's that's more my style. But I like
they're
different
both.
colored
I
hair.
like them both.
Yes,
about-
but Momo's personality is, if I was like a teenager and I met a Momo, she would scare the shit out of me, but I would also be attracted to it. Like I would be like, I will never be able to talk to this person. I do not have this energy. She's too self-assured. I'd be like, I can't handle this. Also, I want to be around it all the time.
You're a real Okaroon.
I am a real
Oh, you
Okaroon.
are.
I am 100% an Okaroon, without a doubt. Yeah.
What about like Doki Doki Literature Club? You don't find any of those girls attractive.
No.
So then how do you play a game like that and feel anything? Because like, aren't you supposed to be dating all of them?
Are you dating any of them in that game?
Did you play the game? You're the one who told me to play it.
Yeah, I don't think you're dating.
You go on
them.
dates with like every single one of them. I mean, they might not be called dates. I would call them dates.
One of them you go hang out at their house and make food, and another one you read stories in the
Food in
classroom.
their
Yeah, I didn't
house.
look at them as dates at ever. I was just like, what? I looked at it as like you hang out with who you want to hang out with. Yeah, I wasn't looking like I never ever, and maybe I just missed it, but I never looked at it as like we're going on dates. No, I don't. No, SD. Just hard no.
How about the Splatoon Inklings? The
As much as I apparently love animals, none of the Inklings do it for me. No, I'm so sorry. No,
don't apologize to me. Apologize to the Inklings.
I am not a real Nintendo fan. None of them do it for me.
Well, like, I don't know why you think this is so funny. Like, why that's so funny to like be like, oh, you asked me why I think the Inklings are fun. Give me only the minks.
You are completely misreading my reactions to all this. I'm not taking anything you're saying as you being like, I can't believe he's bringing this up. I'm just thinking it's funny in relation to all the other characters we've talked about. But yeah, the Inklings don't. I'm not attracted to the Inklings. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I guess if it comes to animal characters, for me to find them attractive, they have to be fluffy rather than slimy. Because I imagine the Inklings as slimy and wet, and that's a no for me. I don't think they are attractive. So, has Radical Defect says, has anyone mentioned Crystal yet? I mean, Crystal, I would argue, is designed to be attractive. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a furry. I don't have anything against furries, but I would argue Crystal, unfortunately, is designed first to be attractive or alluring. I'm not. As he says, I'm not into water play. That is very funny. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of other anime. I mean, like Haruko from Fooly Cooly, I'm attracted to, but it's her personality more. I like her looks, but it's more her personality, which also scares me. She's very scary.
I scared you a little.
Without a doubt. I mean, when we started dating, before we started dating, and we were getting to what I thought was close to be dating, I have told you this before. I was like, I don't know that I could date someone like Mom Brain. I was like, I don't know if I could honestly handle it, because you were like very self-assured and very assertive. And I was like, I like that, but I don't think I used to imagine myself being in a relationship with you in certain situations and being like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't know that I could handle it. Like, scared or embarrassed or afraid. Like, I was like, I don't know. And then we just kind of started dating. And again, as we've said many times, you only started dating me because you thought I did drugs. So we were coming at this from a completely different angle here. I guess I wasn't disappointed because you are what I thought you were. So, and you've only gotten more that way. But now I'm like, now I'm a different person.
Yeah, but you're not as scared.
No, I'm not. Yes, SD. Yes. Right there. Personality wise, that is exactly it. Because it's like Mom Brain. Now, this is like, what's her name again? I forget her name. The My Hero Academia girl is a 10 out of 10 for that crazy, scary personality. But you can see that there's a good person in there. And Mom Brain is like a 1 compared to Himiko. Like, they're not anywhere near related. But
the pigtail guy from JJK is hot. The blood manipulator.
The blood
guy.
brother?
Yeah.
I mean, I love
He's
him.
hot.
But who? That's a great question. Who? Oh, you know who I like in JJK? It's a great example. The blue-haired girl that doesn't really have the secretary girl. Oh, I really like her a lot. Really like her a lot. Next Mom Brain cosplay, Himiko Toga. You get needles. It's all about needles and stabbing people and taking their blood. And here's the bad part: you have to drink the blood. Yeah. Needles, no. Drinking blood, cool with that. Well, this after show could go on forever, and I'm not going to torture you guys, although I love having these conversations. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. What do I normally say? Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out
Your
with family.
assignment
Rest, relax.
is
You
to
deserve
goon to a cartoon.
Cartoon Goonie.
Cargoon.
Tunes, Goonie Toonies.
Oh my God, Goonie Tunes.
Ew.
And that's it.
We just talked for 30 minutes about how attractive all these tunes are.
Now you're taking it too far. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Play some games. Hang out with friends and family. Rest, relax. You deserve it. That's it. And we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.